Yes, people. Welcome back to another Sarcasm City Sports Q&A live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube, brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, and joined by one of the fellow co-hosts of the show and just the channel in general. Sorry, Ryan is here in the building. As you can see from the title, Liverpool still on for the quad. We will get to all of that plus more because there's so much going on in the sporting world. But first and foremost, Ryan, what are you telling me? You good?
I'm good, fam. I'm good, man. Had a good weekend. How are you, man? You good?
Oh, bless, man. Just enjoying all the sport. I can't lie.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's all good.
Enjoyed all this sport. 110%. So I'm blessed. And this is the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. So for those that are regulars, they know how this runs. For those that are new here, basically, you lot in the comments run the show. So you get to ask myself, Ryan, any of the other co-hosts who join any questions, any sporting questions, people. So it's any sport, past or present. So it can be football, it can be basketball, it can be boxing, it could be tennis, it could be F1, past or present, any sport. Also, as well, members' comments do take priority like a super chat. So if you see me going to the same names, it's not because I'm ignoring you lot. It's literally that is one of the perks. And if you want to join the membership, link is underneath in the description. And if you are confused as to why we've not been here, because we've been over on Twitch, people. I did say at the end of April, not the end of April, sorry, the end of March, that we would be more on Twitch. So make sure you head over to the Twitch. The link for that is also underneath the description as well, because that's where we've been. And Taha saying it there. Flawless yesterday NBA stream was a vibes facts. So we've been doing NBA streams over there, Premier League watch-alongs over there as well, plus more. So get over to the Twitch. Ali A is in the building and says, where's this? As big up Flawless, when we win the quad, rivals have to hide. I'm out here regardless, isn't it? But man said when Taha's got a whole different approach to it and says quad still on, wait till the 14th of May. Also, as well, big up Flawless and big up Ryan. Hope fasting is good for you. I hope
Yeah,
your
big up, man.
everybody else that is fasting is good. Large up Jez as well says big up Jez. I'm gonna send you the link. I ain't forgot. Big up Taha as well. So yeah, who I already got to that question, that comment. Also, Ali A says Ryan, talk about the quad isn't a joke anymore. Rivals are now talking about it and they're saying we have to say football and not let LFC win the quad. All right, get to it in it because I know you want to get to it. And I'm presuming that's Timo. So big up to you, Timo, if that is you. I'm guessing it's you. There we go. Yo, we can't hear you, fam.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah, what are you saying?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
Yo, you sound bare low, fam.
Yeah, we can't hear you properly.
How you guys doing? Sorry, how you guys doing?
Yeah,
Good.
now we can hear you. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
All good, man. Are you blessed?
yeah, good, man.
Thumbs up.
Excellent. All
Thumbs
right, but go on, Ryan, get to it because I know you've been wanting to talk about it. So the game itself, obviously, you played Manchester City and won 3-2, and the potential of the quad being on as well because you and Ali A, who seems to be the biggest Ryan fan, wants you to talk about it. So yeah, get to it, fam.
So yesterday, I thought it was one of the best performances from a Liverpool team that I've seen in a long, long time. I have to be honest. I thought we were that good. I think obviously you had to look at the. I mean, obviously I went yesterday as well. The atmosphere, even walking at the ground, even walking it at Wembley was just crazy
I had a bit.
from our
Mhm.
fans. It was just mad. Like you could tell we outnumbered the City fans comfortably. Like the vibe outside the stadium from our fans was crazy. Just singing chants all the time, everything like that. And then obviously getting to the stadium, hear the team news as well. I think obviously Pep coming back from the game in midweek as well. Obviously a couple of injuries did rotate, but he still had a side there that you looked at. And, was still a very good side at the end of the day. Manchester City with some very very good players on the pitch as well. With those, Klopp was able to kind of rest a lot of players in midweek in the Champions League, so to put out a stronger team yesterday. Sorry, so we pretty much played a full strength team essentially. And Klopp probably went for the team yesterday that he should have gone for last week in the league game, if I'm being honest. But yeah, he probably went for the right team
Right,
yesterday. But
what was the differences? What were the
um,
differences?
the midfield was a big. Obviously Henderson came out and Keita came in, who had a really really good game,
So
and the
okay,
midfield was
and who else?
acceptable,
The
and
front three.
also the front three as well with Jota out of the on the bench, and we
Hmm.
played front three of Diaz, Mane, and Salah. Mane in that false nine was unbelievable. crazy. He was brilliant. So was Diaz. We'll get on to Salah in a bit, but and from the first minute, literally, we dominated them from start to finish. I think, apart from maybe in stoppage time where they got the second goal back and they, tried to push for the equaliser, but they didn't get it. But I thought we were absolutely brilliant. That first half is probably, I say, arguably the best half of football that I've seen from us under Jurgen Klopp. I'll be real. That first half was just unbelievable. We literally dominated City in every single department. We were even better than them on the ball as well. Miles better than them. Stopped them. They didn't really create anything in the first half either. We got the 3 goals. Obviously, their keeper as well was abysmal. I mean, that second goal, and I think he probably should have done better with the third goal as well because he got beat at his near post. Still a very good finish from Mane, but still. But first half, I just thought we were absolutely outstanding. Second half, look, I was saying to my dad in the stadium at half time, just can't let him get an early goal in the second half, and they got an early goal in the second half. And I just thought then I was worried because I thought they were just going to absolutely come at us, dominate us for the rest of the half. But actually, even in the second half, I thought we were comfortably the better team as well. If I'm being honest with you, I really do. I thought City didn't really have barely any spells of sustained pressure on us, and they had a couple of chances with putting Gabriel Jesus in behind. One of them coming from our own mistake at the end of the day. But we had a couple of chances as well. I think Salah should have scored, I remember. And obviously they get the late goal, but and they push forward for the equaliser. But we deserved to win overall. We were absolutely fantastic. Klopp got it spot on yesterday. Absolutely spot on. He got it. And I'm really happy, man. FA Cup final. We keep the momentum going. I mean, the momentum. Obviously, it's the FA Cup. It's the kind of the least prioritised cup we've got out of the ones available at the moment. Obviously, we got the League and Champions League, which are like bigger priorities, of course. But to get to an FA Cup final, beating Manchester City in the semi-finals, who are, let's be honest, our rivals at the end of the day in the league and stuff like that, it's a big one. It could give us a lot of momentum, this one as well. And I'm really happy, man. It was an unbelievable atmosphere from our fans yesterday as well. It was crazy, man. I'm so happy.
As you should be. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, all rivalry aside, getting to a final is big. Obviously, you're chasing for trophies. Well, chasing 3 trophies because you've already got one in the bag. Here's hoping you don't make them. That's my United bias in there. The one benefit to you lot winning yesterday is you do stop a potential treble from City. So either way, it was a lose from a Manchester United perspective. Either way, whether it's Liverpool with the quad or whether it's City with the treble. So yeah, we'll see. Obviously, Chelsea won today against Crystal Palace. So another final against Chelsea for you lot. I'm gonna say you lot, I mean you, Ryan. Thoughts on that? Because the games between you two, whether it's the league or the cup, seem to me, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, or maybe Timo, they seem very close. Like nobody seems to get. It's never 2-3-0 comfy. It always seems to be 1-1 or 2-1 or Kepa taking a goal kick from the penalty spot. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. But go on, your thoughts.
I mean, when I look back at those games this season, obviously we played them at Anfield with the 1-1 draw when they went down to 10 men. We didn't deserve to win that game, but our squad was nowhere near in the position then than it is now. Our squad is in much better position to be able to make changes if we need to, and we got a lot more players available now. The game at the Bridge as well, we drew 2-2 and 2-0 up obviously, but we played a midfield that day of Fabinho, Henderson, Milner. Like at the end of the day, there was never really good enough to beat Chelsea at the Bridge. And obviously the Carabao Cup final, they probably should have beaten us on the day. I'll be real. We did get a bit lucky to win that, but I think that game as well, Thiago getting injured in the warm-up in that game was a big blow to us. I think we would have played a lot better in that game if we'd have had him in the lineup, because yesterday Mane got man of the match, and I won't argue with anyone who said Mane was man of the match yesterday because he was brilliant. But I thought my man of the match was Thiago, to be honest. I thought he was unbelievable in that midfield, controlled it. So I think if he plays in the final against Chelsea, I think we've got a great chance of beating them. And I think if we play like we did yesterday against City, against Chelsea, I think we'll win. I really do. I think
Right.
if we play like that against anyone, we'll win. We were that good yesterday, especially in the first half.
Yo, Timo, I don't know if you can talk up, but your thoughts, obviously, another final against Liverpool. And like I stated, everything in the question, pardon me, everything I stated in the question too, Ryan, is the terms of you two teams are very familiar and they're very close games. So how much are you looking forward to it?
Really looking forward to it as well in terms of our, past meetings, previous meetings that we've had in the Carabao Cup final, the league form as well, which Ryan already explained it. I feel like the Carabao Cup final, I think it was a 50-50 game. And
Yo, if you're leaning your phone on something, fam, sorry to cut you off, lift it up if you're leaning your phone on something.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Nah, that's cool. Yeah, we do sound like. Wait, have you got AirPods in?
Yeah.
Yo, take the AirPods out, fam. They don't do work well with StreamYard, innit? We'll get to that. Well, you know what? We'll switch lanes while we wait for you lot to get questions in. Again, it doesn't have to be on Liverpool, Chelsea. It can be on any sport, past or present, people. Jez, if you're there, let me switch lanes, actually, and get your thoughts on your team. Spurs losing to Brighton and them, man. Thoughts?
I can't lie, I wasn't watching the game because I don't wake up for the kickers when it comes to Tottenham because I gotta be honest. So like, I don't wake up with early kickers for Tottenham because we usually don't do well, and I was right again. It's just I watched the highlights though, even like extended highlights and everything. It's just again, I think Conte was giving them an what's it called, days off. Complacency just came in. I think they were thinking like, we got the 3 points ahead of Arsenal, 6 points ahead of Man United at that point. We got it easy. I think they just got too relaxed, in my opinion. Even the last goal, the way you defend, this doesn't look like a team for me that thinks, oh yeah, the season could be on the line here for us in top 4. Like if we win, you don't defend like this at the dying minutes in order to just lose the game at the last minute like this, because this is a very preventable goal that I was seeing when I was watching the highlights and everything. And even you can tell from the reaction from content that like just didn't like what he was seeing. And I think now we don't gonna see those situations again where we gonna give these guys days off, because I heard about Kane going to Kane was actually on a trip to go to the Masters to watch the Masters. And you can tell that he kind of looked jet lagged. And for me, it's like it's the business end of the season. I need you if you're not injured, unless you're injured, I need you to stay. I need you to stay focused, especially in this situation, because these men want to play in the best competition in Europe. They want to play in the Champions League, but if they don't want to perform, it's on them. You can't convince me then. You can't convince me that, oh yeah, this team wasn't good enough. No, you guys weren't just on it. Because you guys been performing all that for, but yeah, it's like again, I do expect those kind of bounce back against Brentford. Brentford is in very good form, but when you see how the results can pan out for next week, we can see us potentially even 6 points ahead of both United and Arsenal by next week if we beat Brentford. So it's like we have to take advantage of next week.
Yes. Yo, Timo, you back?
Yeah, I'm back, man. Can you hear me now?
See, there we go. That's better, man.
So,
Yeah. AirPods and
like,
StreamYard don't mix, but go on, innit? Your thoughts on facing Liverpool? Actually, the game today, because you was there, so let's start there. How was the atmosphere today? How were the pies? How were the pints, etc.? Chat to me.
I was surprised the amount of fans that normally don't go to games. Like lots of people, that unusual people going to the home games, that went to the game now because of the amount of tickets that went on extra on sale to the people, like general sale basically. The tickets went on too, but the atmosphere was expected, like a normal Chelsea Wembley day out. Yeah, performance wise,
broke up, fam. After you said performance wise,
I wasn't that surprised.
Yo, you broke up after you said performance wise, fam.
Yeah.
Go on, say that again. After performance wise, you broke up. So start again. Go on.
Yeah, the performance wise, like I wasn't surprised though we're struggling against the lower block, but I think the second half went much better. I think the ball movement from the midfield was really spot on as well. And I feel like for me, it's just like the same problem that we've had. The carry the ball from the midfield to the attack that we need to improve a lot. But at the end of the day, I think we got through in the end. And I'll be real. I think I'm going to echo what Ryan said. It's not going to be easy as it looks. I think my prediction will be like a 120 minutes game again, like that the Carabao Cup final. It'll be a tight game. I think it'll go down to penalties.
Yeah.
I think you've got to look as well at what sort of position both teams will be in by that game as well. Obviously, Chelsea, they got top 4 on lock in it. They got third on lock, especially with the 3 bums behind them in the table as well. So like Chelsea don't really have to worry about anything.
That's no way to talk about West Ham, Arsenal, and Spurs. Yo, that's London royalty, fam. Don't do that. I'm saying,
yeah,
it's facts. They are London royalty.
What you be like? It's not nice. To be honest, Ryan, I don't get you. Like, it's not nice to talk about. It's not nice talking about.
Speaking of which, why are you Tottenham fan here?
Say that again. What was that? Just go on, Jez. Finish what you're saying, and then we'll get to it. One sec, Timo. Go on, Jez. Yeah, get Ryan in it. You know what I'm saying? Hold that, Ryan. Hold that.
It's not nice talking about Manchester United Football Club like this.
This guy, hilarious.
Calling them bumps like. And West Ham United and them one, like, and Arsenal. Like, it's not nice.
Them man in it, because not everyone can chat to fight Brighton and Fulham.
Hey, West Ham are doing better in Europe than any of you guys.
Yeah. Hilarious, isn't it? Says the guy who shook at Villarreal. You know what I'm saying? We move.
Biggest game in the history, and they're still singing about us. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's bad. It's
bad.
Go
in all seriousness, like, it does depend on the position the two teams are in by the final, because obviously Chelsea, like I said, they don't have to worry about anything in the league. So, and they're not in Europe either now, so they can kind of put a lot of attention on that final at the end of the day. It's the only kind of thing they got to play for the rest of the season. Whereas, let's be honest, with us, it's probably our least priority at the moment. Like, I think we just need to forget about the FA Cup final. It's in a month, because we've got kind of bigger fish to fry at the moment. You know, Premier League at the moment. Obviously, the semi-final coming up at the Champions League. So yeah, obviously, when it comes, you've got to put a lot of focus on it. I think a week before the final day of the season or something like that. So I think we'll have another 2 league games after that FA Cup final as well. Potentially a Champions League final as well. So all we have to do now is, I was really happy we won yesterday, because it's the best ways to win games is carry momentum. You know, at the end of the day, a quad does sound crazy, but the more we win, the more it becomes realistic at the end of the day, because it is looking, you know, like we have got a decent. It's probably, you're looking at this and thinking no team could ever have a better chance of winning a quadruple. You get what I mean? At the position we're in, you know, FA Cup final, Champions League semi-final, in a semi-final which we really should be winning.
I'm so hoping, you lot go out in the semi-finals of the Champions League, finish second in the league, and get beaten in the FA Cup. That would be
that could happen, though.
It could. This is what I'm saying. This is fine lines, or even better would be Real Madrid. Wait, actually, nah, because you'll probably play. Who's in the other semi-final?
City.
Who is it? I am right. So like, you lot to play Real in the final. Real beat you in the final. Chelsea beat you in the FA Cup final. You finished second.
Who said they're going to make the final? They're going to lose to the Yellow Submarines.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Ryan, you got points.
I never said we were going to lose. I still think we'll beat Villarreal over 2 legs, but I don't think it's going to be as easy as what people think. Do you get what I mean?
I wholeheartedly disagree with that. They'll never. I'll put this out right now. There won't be a time where you're behind on aggregate.
You think?
I know so. There won't be a time during that 180 minutes where you are behind on aggregate. I'm talking.
What score do you think we go into that the second leg with? Because we play the first leg at home at Anfield.
I think
what I said about the City Atletico game applies more to this. I'll think of a score in a sec, but I'm saying the game is done by the time that first leg finishes. The tie's over. Yeah, tie's over. I said it about City Atletico, and yes, it was only 1-0, but it's the manner in which City won that game 1-0. The golfing class between Liverpool and Villarreal is massive. Villarreal done exceptional to get where they've got. Absolutely. But you mentioned the momentum. What do Villarreal have going forward that trouble Liverpool? At least with Atletico.
Yeah, going forward, apart from Danjuma, they don't really worry me.
I mean, they have options going forward. It's more about them. It's more about them not making the chances when I watch them play. They just don't. They can create. They're good on the counter attack. They just worry about when it comes to finishing their chances.
Because we played them on Leicester. Obviously, that was a while back, but when we played, it wasn't nothing special. Again, I didn't watch the Bayern Munich game, so I'm not sure. I know they had 2 shots on target in the entire tie. At Badis to score 2 goals. That's not going to be enough against Liverpool. To me,
I agree with that. Like, I feel like I don't think the tie is going to be dead by the first leg, but again, it depends how they turn up on the day because they are like a really weird team. Like they are very unpredictable. Like I knew Benfica game is going to be over in the first leg. Like,
yeah, tie's over, man.
With Benfica, it was very obvious. Villarreal is kind of different the way they just set up and everything. But
all right, what I'll say is you go there with at least a 2-goal cushion.
I take that.
2-0 or 3-1.
I'd be confident going into the second leg.
I heard that one.
Yeah. So you go there.
Liverpool will find a way to stress you out and make it harder than it's supposed to be. But I still expect us to get through Villarreal. I'll be real, but I don't think it's going to be easy as what people think. But
I really think it is. They don't again, people, that might be from a little bit of me not knowing, but from what I've watched of Villarreal, I've watched enough of Liverpool. Everything is in Liverpool's favour. Probably apart from the second leg being at Anfield.
Their place, yeah.
That is legit. Man are talking about Danjuma, yeah, good player. Is it really Moreno hype in 2022? You do know that he's playing against Van Dijk. We do know that, people. Are people aware of this?
Now, that's the thing. This is the thing because it's just the class and difference when it comes to the Bayern defense and the Liverpool defense
is horrible.
Like, that's what I said. Like at the time in the Q&A before, I fancy Liverpool having a much easier time against Bayern than Villarreal because I think it's about being compact for Villarreal. Like they've been really. It's not the quality. It's more about as the unit themselves. Where Bayern is like, it's the individuals and like
they've got weapons going forward.
Going forward, they weren't even good going forward against Villarreal, which was even the worrying part as well. So if they would have gone through, I would have said Liverpool destroyed them. In my opinion.
So Liverpool really got worried. Crazy, I don't know a lot about, but they really got worried. The Danjuma, who is a bright player, Albert Moreno. Is this what we're doing?
Moreno.
Gerard, whatever his name is. My point is this where it is? I knew there was another Moreno. Yeremina Pino off the bench. He was also. This is my point, O'Brien. Decent. This is me now propping up Liverpool. Liverpool are better than decent. Yeah, we've seen them go toe to toe with City. We've seen them go toe to toe with Chelsea. Not in terms of attack. I'm talking about teams. These are teams that are miles better than Villarreal. I don't know if you lot just want Liverpool to lose. I understand that because I'm in that bracket. But there's no logical reasoning and there's no logical reasons as to why Villarreal win this tie. If it was one-legged, I'm with you. If it's a one-legged tie, anything can happen. You can get a lead on man over 2 legs over 180 minutes. This is, this is City Atletico part 2, and I think the gap between Liverpool and Villarreal is bigger. Go on, Jez.
For me, I definitely don't see them winning this in 180. I think it's just the quality and difference, and even the hitters that Liverpool just have coming off. Like you can even with Bayern, you can argue. Another reason why I thought Villarreal can do an upset against them is because Serge Gnabry is not having one of his best seasons. Sane is kind of looking off and hot. Musiala is a little bit still young. Müller is like you can kind of tell like what's his name, Nagelsmann. He can't really get the best out of Müller. So it's like. There were so many other factors. Other than Lewandowski, everyone else in that attack isn't really this good this season, in my honest opinion. But with Liverpool, you have Mane being in form now. You have Luis Diaz. You have Jota, who just always gets a goal regardless of how shit he plays. You got Thiago controlling the game. You got Van Dijk and Konate or even Matip having that good. You have the defense line. You have Trent, who's been on fire with his assistant that Reece recently.
I'll get on to Trent in a minute. I want to speak about
it's just too much for Villarreal to do it over 180 minutes. Do I believe it's going to be just a little bit harder than I would expect with Bayern? Yes, but it's not going to be that much harder. It's going to be. It should be an easy ride for Liverpool. It should be an easy ride.
Everything is in their favor, people. That's why I don't like, because Brian says, yeah, but it's football flawless. Anything can happen. I really dislike that anything can happen. Because then we can say anything and use that. The team that wins the championship next season can come up and finish in the top 4. They can win the league. They can rival City and Liverpool. Fulham will come up. Is it Scott? I don't even know who their manager is. Oh, it's Marco. Is it Marco Silva? Marco Silva can come up and challenge Klopp and Pep to the league title next season. Why? Because anything can happen. No, like that doesn't make no type of sense. Everything is in Liverpool's favor. What is in Villarreal's favor from the manager? I rate Emery. Klopp's a clearly better manager. They have the better goalkeeper. They have the better defense. They have the better midfield. They have the better attack. They have the better individuals. They have the better team.
No one's doubting that Liverpool are a much better side than Villarreal. It's how both teams are going to set up. I think that's
if they're much better, surely that ties into what you think the result's going to be. Villarreal, to me, I haven't got a prayer. This is one-sided. And I said you know what's crazy? I said all of this,
so
not as much.
Yes.
I said all this about City, Atletico Madrid, but not to the extent, because I think even though I think there's a big gap between those two, it's not as big as this. Because Atletico Madrid at least have Diego Simeone. They have the experience of being in the Champions League. They have an X factor in João Felix. Who's Villarreal's X factor? You relied on Danjuma.
Danjuma's the X factor
to take you through again. Really? Man, I'm talking about Danjuma like he's Benzema. If you were playing Real Madrid, I'd be fully understand this. Because Benzema is one of those. Well, yeah, go on. This is crazy.
But you know, I think someone said in the comments, I think before about Salah, I think he was probably the only player yesterday who didn't play well for us. I have to be honest, who started the game, because Henderson came on and was bummy, I thought, as well. But like, Salah didn't play well. But I think that's one. We've got so many players on form at the moment, but I just think one thing which could really, really make us even more dangerous for the rest of this season is an on-form Salah. And I think people are talking about a rest now. Rest him, he needs a rest. But I just think we need to just play him into form at the moment. And I think we've got to start him on Tuesday against you lot at Anfield. We have to, because I'll be honest, him up against Alex Telles and Harry Maguire on that right-hand side. Come on, there's not going to be a more perfect opportunity for him to get back into form than that, innit? Like, let's be real. Like, Telles and Maguire are bums, innit? So, like, there's not going to be a better chance for Salah to get himself back into form than that game. So I think we've got to play him, because if we get a non-form Mo Salah now for the rest of the season, that could really, really take us winners trophies then. But I want to speak on Trent as well, because
before you get to that though, because Daniel's saying Villarreal will be hard away, will be harder. Harder than what? What do you think it will be harder than? Because I've just checked the table. They're 7th in La Liga. They're 11 points behind Atletico Madrid. So we saying I don't understand. Again, I don't get it. I don't understand why people think Villarreal have a prayer.
I'm not underestimating Villarreal at all, but I still think we'll get through. Don't worry. Honestly, I still think we'll get through. But Daniel's saying all this. If Daniel, you're my guy, innit? But if this was Chelsea playing Villarreal, you'd be saying Chelsea. You wouldn't be saying this about Villarreal, innit?
I'd say this, and this is on me. I'd say the same thing.
I
think Chelsea are. I don't think Villarreal are better than United. Of watching them,
well, when we played them twice, didn't you?
You beat them twice.
We beat them with Carrick in charge.
I think the only difference is between both teams is it's just the quality in terms of players. I think tactically, think the tactics wise, Emery was better than the managers at the time. In my opinion, it's just that the quality between both teams is just different. You got the X factors. And X factors for Villarreal, it's just not enough. Like,
I'm not saying Villarreal are a championship side, Daniel. I'm just making that point. All right, Spurs can win the league next season.
West Ham can win the league next season. Arsenal can win the league next season. Say that.
I just don't like the whole anything can happen in football, because then we can say any statement and put that behind it. Anything can happen in football, but we deal in logic and probabilities.
Feelings, probably.
I don't deal in feelings, but it's like it's a possibility. Next time, all of us could leave the house, could find a wallet with £1 million in it. It's highly unlikely, though, isn't it? You wouldn't bank on it, or anything can happen in life. Like, no. Like, this is my point: is Villarreal have a slim. If this is a boxing match, they're long odds. I don't know the odds. I bet Villarreal are at least minimum 10-1 to go through in this tie. And if that's the case, you man put money on it. If you man are so confident Villarreal go through. Are we beating with Ali? This is my point. And again, Brian's saying they got to a Champions League semi-final on merit. They're not as bad. They're not that bad, especially as a team. When you break it down as individuals, I understand they're nowhere near Liverpool. Yes, they did get to a Champions League semi-final on merit. I don't think they're bad as a team. I never said they're bad. I said they're nowhere near Liverpool because there isn't many teams near Liverpool. To me, the only team in Europe who are close to Liverpool where I have them maybe where I don't have Liverpool as favourites is Manchester City. I think Liverpool are a better side than Real Madrid. I think they're better than Chelsea. However, those two teams I just mentioned there could not have a better chance of knocking them out over two legs. Chelsea will give Liverpool a tougher game in the FA Cup final than Villarreal do over these two legs. Ask a Liverpool fan, would you rather face Villarreal or Chelsea in a semi-final?
Oh, Villarreal.
You're gonna pick Villarreal, of course, because Chelsea are closer to you and have more to hurt you. Villarreal have a puncher's chance. This is a boxing match. That's all they've got.
Chelsea
They've got to
have
swing
the
the
better
right
manager in
hand.
charge as well.
That's my point.
But you know, I
This is
wanted to
crazy.
speak on Trent
Go on.
as well.
I
Because
respect it, Daniel.
this is where,
It's just hope. I respect it.
yeah, I respect it, man. But this is where with Trent agendas come into things, because last week with that game against City, where I don't even think he was as bad as what people made out. I thought he had a bad. I thought he struggled first half defensively against City, but second half I thought he played very well last week. But obviously everyone after the game, oh, Trent can't defend and all that. But yesterday, our best defender, I thought, in the back four, didn't think he gave it. Whoever played, I think they switched Foden there. They put Sterling maybe there. I think they put Grealish there. None of them got an inch out of Trent yesterday. Trent was brilliant defensively yesterday. But you know all this, stuff. Oh, Trent can't defend. He can't defend. Bullshit, innit? Like this guy, I admit, a couple of years ago, he was very vulnerable defensively. I admit he was, but honestly, he's improved so much over the last year. I think defensively so much, and occasionally you're gonna have a game where you struggle, and that's what happened last week. But yesterday, he plays so well. Where's his credit? It's just agendas at the end of the day. It's like Trent was brilliant yesterday defensively, but no one's speaking about it. But yeah, he struggled a bit last week. But then everyone's, oh, Trent can't defend. So where's his credit from people? Because yesterday, he was absolutely, pardon the pun, flawless defensively. He was brilliant, but he's not
quite
getting
me, but I understand. I get it. You know what I'm saying?
He's not getting his credit.
No, I agree with you, Ryan, because actually when I look at this season, I don't even really remember him getting exposed like that this season. So like for me, it's like he definitely looks a lot more comfortable. I don't know what they have done at the training, but it looks like he looks more comfortable when he has to come to defensive situations. And like even then, I'm not even mad at Trent not being good defensively. Like, because at the end of the day, we're in a new era of football where we want our fullbacks to go forward. So it's not even that big of an issue for me if he doesn't do well defensively.
Nah, yeah, exactly, man, exactly. It's like with him, it's literally, I think what I always say with him is that obviously we all know a couple of years ago and stuff where he was vulnerable defensively. We always had Henderson to cover for him at the end of the day. We all knew that Henderson was there to kind of cover for Trent. But, I remember middle of last season, Henderson got injured for the rest of the season. And I think Trent then had to take it on himself to kind of improve defensively himself, because they didn't have Henderson covering for him anymore. And now, let's be honest, Henderson, he doesn't start every game now. And let's be honest, he don't offer anything anymore, even off the ball. He don't even offer that anymore. So you've seen the improvements in Trent because of that as well. Trent's had to take it on himself to improve defensively. And that's exactly what he's done. And he deserves his credit, man. I see some guy in there in the comments saying Trent can't defend. He ain't better than James. To say, okay, fine. If you think Reece James is better than Trent defensively, that's your opinion, innit? Fine. I'm not going to argue with it. But that doesn't mean Trent can't defend. Trent has improved his defending so much where I think he's a competent enough defender now. Like, absolutely, I think he's competent enough now. So Trent deserves his credit, man. He deserves his credit.
Ashrafi says Villarreal ain't going to go through, but they're a very well set up team. Liverpool will still win, but as a team, Villarreal will show up a good fight against Liverpool. Yeah, that's my point. They ain't going to go through. That's all I've said. Will they be spirited? Yes. Will they give it the passion? Will they give the desire? Will they give the intensity? All of that stuff. Absolutely. Are Liverpool going to walk through them 6, 7, 8-0? No. Are they going to kick Liverpool? Yes. Will they try the dark art stuff? Yes. But are they going through? No. Like, they'll be spirited. And they'll probably get beat 2-3-0 in the first leg, and then the second leg will be, depending on Liverpool, I don't know what the second leg
Yeah, it
fixture
depends
or
how
where
we
it falls.
approach the second
You might,
leg.
I'm just thinking rotation. You might
Might get
rotate
a
like you
draw
did
or
against,
something.
you rotated against Benfica. So if you
I mean, if you
rotate,
go
that's
in
it,
with let's say if you go in with like a 3-goal lead into the
which is
second
possible.
leg, which I'd love, all you have to do in the second leg is just be sensible.
Yeah, you just
Just be
rotate.
sensible. You don't need to push. Just don't do anything stupid.
I will,
All you have to do in the second leg is just make it. Providing you're going with a 3-0 lead or 3-goal lead or something, just make it the most boring game in history. That's literally all you have to do in the second leg. Then
I'll be astonished if Villarreal get within a goal, get within a goal of Liverpool once Liverpool go a goal up or 2 goals up during the time. I don't see it. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Villarreal surprise me and we get a 3-1 Villarreal win like Real Madrid did at the Bridge. I just don't see it. Would it be tough to break them down? Could it be 0-0 60 minutes in? Absolutely. Could easily be 0-0 6, and then Liverpool score a couple late goals. Mane does something, or Salah, or Diaz, or somebody, or Thiago pull something out of but yeah,
Sadio Mane as well. And you know how much I was getting onto him a few.
Yeah, you got
ago,
eat humble pie in it. You better apologize to
I-
Sadio,
he-
man. Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, apologize to Sadio in it. Don't smile. This is serious stuff.
in this false 9 role recently,
Yeah.
Since the international break, he's been brilliant. You know, it's not the same role he used to play in on the left and stuff, but down the middle, and especially yesterday, he's been brilliant. That could definitely be a new role for him, especially with Firmino, you know, not playing as much anymore, and you know he's a lot more injury prone. So like you can't really trust Firmino's availability now. So with Mane, you could play Mane a lot more down the middle. You know, it stops Jota from playing down the middle at the end of the day. So that's only going to be a positive. But yeah, and it probably allows Diaz to have more game time on the left. Diaz did really well yesterday as well. Just want Diaz to be a bit more selfish at times, though. That's the thing. He passes a bit too much. I wanted to just take the shot on a little bit more. Yeah, Thiago as well, man. Like any people who said, "Oh, Thiago, he's not suited for Liverpool. He don't suit Klopp's system. He don't suit the system." Where are those people now in it? Where are those people now in it? I'm just saying, man. He's oozing, man. He's oozing.
Big up to Nippin says, big up. You lot continue to get your questions in. It don't have to be on the topic at hand. It can be something else regarding sport. Or it can be basketball. It can be boxing, whatever. Flawless, who do I have things better? Reece James or Trent? Trent's better than Reece James. Yeah. And that's not a shot. Reece James, can't rate Reece James highly. For me, like I always say with England, you play both of them. You should play Reece James right-sided centre-back and play Trent as wing-back. I think that's just the simple thing. As much as I like Kyle Walker and he does a job there, you play those two. I
Kyle
don't
Walker
see
ain't
why
as good
not.
as those two.
Yeah, but I like Kyle. What I'm saying is I like Kyle Walker as well as a right-sided centre-back.
The recovery pace and all that stuff.
A right-sided centre-back, yes. I like that a lot. He's a great backup to have. Because then
he is.
If one is not there, you could push Reece James to right wing-back and then play Kyle Walker as the right-sided centre-back or vice versa. And just you got options. Flawless, do you think Ronaldo will leave United if you finish 5th? I don't think it's on now.
Hang on, I'll just be a couple of minutes. I'm just going to get a drink.
No, it's calm. Yeah, I don't think it's on whether United finish 5th. It's all about if it is Ten Hag, if the next manager wants him. Well, that being said, not being in the Champions League could affect his decision. I hope he leaves, though. And that's not a shot. Like, I'm gone.
I don't even know like where he goes, to be honest, if he leaves.
Portugal.
But then on the races that he is on, he has to take a massive, because in Portugal, like they ain't gonna be able to offer, especially if he goes to his boyhood club, like he's not gonna go the same. He's not gonna get close to them same wages.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Where else we at? Why is Trent better than James? Go on what? Because he can pass? No, because he's better offensively. From a modern day fullback, he offers more. He's better offensively. And I rate Reece James. I think Reece James is, in terms of right backs, well, for England, is second. But if someone says Reece James over Trent, I'd be like, cool. But I just think Trent's better offensively going forward.
Exactly. I think it's like choosing between choosing between like a gem and a diamond. Like you win any, it's expensive anyway. Like it doesn't really matter. Like I don't know why people get so triggered when you say one is better than the other, when you still rate both of them. Like I don't know what's wrong with people with like it's like they get triggered the moment they know like
one's a Ferrari, one's a Lamborghini. Like I might just
Like,
prefer a Lamborghini, and Jez is like, nah, I prefer Ferraris.
exactly.
Like it's not that deep. It's the same. We could even say, I don't know, with alcoholic beverages. You know what I'm saying? I'm a JD guy. Timo might be like, yo, I like vodka. That is what it is. I might prefer rum. Like that's all it is, isn't it? Or even different brands of rum. I might prefer one. He might prefer other. I might like a certain whiskey. Timo likes a certain double whiskey. A Jez prefers another whiskey, and then Ryan likes something completely different. They're all other level. Like both Reece James and Trent are A level. They're quality fullbacks. I just think
Yeah,
Trent.
they're brilliant, both of them.
Yeah, I just think Trent is better. And I rate Reece James. I just said I'd play him for England. Like to me, he plays over everyone in that right-sided centre-back role. I think if Chelsea had better options, he probably plays there for you lot. I think that's his best position, but that's an unpopular opinion. I think he fits the mold of everything in terms of that right-sided centre-back, in terms of the recovery pace, and he's good defensively. And he's comfortable going out into the right-back space and defending and stuff like that. He's good 1v1.
But you know,
But that's just me.
You know, the thing is, Reece is like, I don't know if Chelsea fans agree with me in the chat. I just don't believe he's a right wing back. I don't think he has too much of a complete package, but then his game going forward isn't as good as his defensive game, in my opinion. And his I think his offensive game is like probably one of this weaker side of this game. I'm not saying that it's shit or anything like that. That doesn't mean it's shit. It's still great. But when it comes to his defending, I think he's better defensively, than going forward. And even the way he's built as a player as well, he suits being more a defensive player, like a right centre back.
Yeah, he's not built like a wing back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not built like a wing back. Now, Flawless, his best attribute is his crossing, in my opinion. Fair enough. Like I said, that's why it's an unpopular opinion.
Reece James' crossing is very good still. I have to be real. It's good.
That's why I said, I'm not saying he's bad going forward. But I would say in that back, if I can play him as a wing back or a centre back, I'd probably play him as a centre back.
Me too.
But in a flat back four, he could play as a right back and be fine. But with
100%.
Tuchel, it's interesting to see. But he's playing well for you lot. But yeah, there isn't much in it. If deals, I hear you. If you think James is better than Trent, cool. I'm not gonna argue down. Like I said, you're talking two top level wing backs. Right, that's all it is. I think he does. I think they're both cold. You lot continue to get your questions in. Make sure you hit the like button on the video. Subscribe to the channel as well. Ah, shit. Prime saying this. Prime saying I'm right. Jesus. I'm going to say I'm on point. Flawless, you're right. That's why Tuchel last summer wanted Hakimi. Chelsea fans thought it was to replace James, but in reality, it was to have James play right-sided centre-back so Hakimi could be the right wing-back. Yeah, because in those areas, you want pace. If you're playing a back three in an ideal, you want your right-sided centre-back and your left-sided centre-back to have pace. Look at what happened to Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? Christensen got done. James don't get done like that. Simply because he has the pace to get back in. For that, the first Benzema goal when they played the 1-2.
Yep. Vinicius literally running behind.
Yeah.
Aspilicueta got caught. Running inside. Lots of space inside the box. Benzema shoots the first goal. Bang.
I mean, if AC would have played again at that game, Chelsea wouldn't have that chance like they had in the second. Because then Vinny just would have exposed AC again, all over again. Smart enough.
You know, when Chelsea, like a lot of them saying how close they were 10 minutes away from going through, they kind of kicked themselves all, with the last 10 minutes in that game the other day. They should really kick themselves more on the first leg, because even if you'd have just got a decent enough result in the first leg, which you could have done, the second leg, I think you would have breezed through them eventually over 2 legs. I think you would have gone through comfortably if you'd have got a decent result in the first leg. So, which we were fully capable of doing. It's kind of missed opportunities for Chelsea, I felt, in the Champions League. Because I think
I'll be real with you, Ryan. The way that Real Madrid played in the first leg, they were low blocking us. There's no way we were breaking them down.
No, but in the first half as well, I thought you could have played a bit better, man.
And yeah, Prime, to this point, it makes sense why Tuchel would. Because like I said, is there exceptions to the rule? Yes, but if you look at Reece James' build, he's not built like a wingback. And again, that's not a shot at him, people. I'm just saying if you look at the way he physically looks, he's not built like a wingback. That doesn't mean he's incapable, people. That's not me saying he's trash. That's not me saying he's not top quality at wingback. I'm just saying most of the time, profile of players, they look a certain way. Like most centre backs, if you look, top centre backs will have a similar build. I'm saying that's why top strikers is there exceptions, yes, but I'm saying there's normally a blueprint. That's all. So it makes sense why he wanted Hakimi, why he wanted Adama Traore. Makes sense. I get it. Where else we at? Yeah, there was a lot of mistakes in both legs. Absolutely.
The margin error was just like, it's so tight. Like if you make a one tiny bit of mistake, like you could literally see
balls are up. Sorry, balls are up, young. 67, 64.
Yeah, I was gonna say like literally, it's a small amount of margin you looked at those legs. One mistake literally cost you. Literally, that's why we went out.
I hear that. And you were saying something before you cut off, Timo, if you remember.
No, it's like the margin of error is just too small in the Champions League.
Absolutely. It's the highest level of it's the highest level of sports, so you're gonna get that. We seen it today. We watched, and for those that don't know, we watched the playoffs, we watched the Celtics and the Nets. Same shit. Margin for error. Like it's so when you're playing at the highest level, one minor mistake can cost you the entire tie, or one minor mistake from the opposition can win you the tie, or one piece of magic. Like look at where Liverpool are at. One mistake and their quadris, they can go from 4 trophies to 1 with 3 mistakes. Or 3 wrong selections from Klopp, or 3 right selections from Klopp.
Bro, even with the Premier League, all it takes is for Manchester City to just win their 7 games, and that's done.
Well, all it takes is for City to win 6 out of 7, but then you lot drop points in the 5 of the you lot only win 5 out of the last 7. That's all it takes for you lot not to beat us or not to beat Everton or something like that, or be up 2-0 and then draw 2-2, and that's the same for City. Like, or even a bad refereeing decision
about this
or an
title
injury.
Race, I deeped it when you said that, You know, this title race is so close at the moment that if City were to win 6 of their last 7 games, but were to lose the 7th one, and Liverpool were to win 6 but draw, we'd probably win the league,
That's crazy.
On goal difference.
Goal difference. I'm saying crazy.
And let's be honest, Liverpool, if you're serious, going up your goal difference in the next 2 games at home to Man United and Everton, you won't get a better chance, let's be real.
And then if you look at City, they'll be looking at that like Watford. Because they
beat Watford a lot by a big margin.
8-0. So that's all. And all it takes is an injury. Or injuries to Kiera, injury to a Diaz, a long-term injury to.
I think with City,
injury to Van Dijk, an injury to Mane, a Salah, a De Bruyne. Like that's all it takes.
I think they've handled the Diaz injury okay. I think, to be fair, they ain't really conceded a lot of goals, but I think Rodri is a big one for them. I think he's the biggest one if they were to get injured.
Yeah, like the list goes on and on. Where else we at? Flawless, what midfielders do you want in the summer? Too many to name. I just want bodies at this point. Just bring me bodies in it. Like we need 2 6. Matic is leaving. We need 2 6s. We need 2 8s. A 10. We need a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You need a lot.
Yo, fam, you need 2. We'll give you Milner and Henderson in it.
This guy.
Right, you can have Declan Rice if you want.
I don't want. That's your boy, man. He's carbon born and bred, man. He's carbon born and bred, fam. He's taking, man. Nah, man. He can tell you how to get favour in Europe. You know what I'm saying?
He be scoring goals in the end position for you guys, what you need.
Facts.
So, yeah.
Facts. Yo, Lewis, I hope you're feeling well as well. Big up Lewis as well, says Liverpool are getting clattered. You know what? For once, I am Chelsea in that final. 100%. I'm on the Chelsea bandwagon.
You're relying on Chelsea a bit too much.
I'm Chelsea.
A couple of years, fam.
No, I didn't rely on them. No, don't do that. Last year, I didn't care. I care for this one. I didn't care. I didn't watch it. That's how much I didn't care.
Yeah, but you wanted Chelsea to win that.
I didn't care, fam. Because I knew I'd have to come here and deal with champions of Europe. That's all I've heard for the past year.
Yo, you know, if this Champions League,
that's why we need halal matures. That's why we.
You know how much I hear that I sing that to myself. That's how much I've heard that over the past year, because that's all I've heard in work, day in day out.
What if it's me who's saying it?
You think if you win the quad that we still have a channel? You crazy? You gonna come here and it's just gonna be X'd out? Like there's nothing here. I'm saying it's blacked out. Like Sarcasm City is closing down.
We just a basketball channel.
Quad,
yeah? We just a basketball. Yes, we are Sarcasm City NBA. That's what we are.
You know what the worst thing is? You know what the worst thing about this for me is, yeah? The day of the if we get to the Champions League final, the day of the Champions League final, I got a uni exam.
Yeah, you got. Wait, what time?
Now you know
The
what
uni
it
exam
is.
morning.
You know what my uni exams are like. They're online exams, so you get them on one at a time, like 9 o'clock in the morning on one of the days, and you've got you have to do 2 essays in a period of 4, and you get 48 hours to do those 2 essays. So one of my exams comes on the 28th of May, which is the day of the final in it. So I'll be able to watch the final in it, but like I wanted to go in it, but I can't.
Lewis, fuck you,
I would
Lewis.
have been able to get a ticket. I would have been able to
about
get a ticket. But...
about time you admitted you were Chelsea. Who did you lot play on Wednesday? That was backing you, lot. Who did you play on Wednesday?
Arsenal.
They're playing Arsenal.
Oh, I don't care about all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not backing you on Wednesday. I don't care about all that because we ain't finishing top 4 regardless. Because we're getting beat by Liverpool the day before. So, and even here, the thing is, even in some magical world, yeah, where we somehow managed to get some form of result, we're not finishing top 4. We'll be in a race till the end, but we won't finish top 4.
What makes you think you don't get top 4 though?
Because we trash, bro. That's
bro.
why.
They only just managed to beat Norwich.
I said this. You know what? All jokes aside, the reason why I said that because I said from the end of the January transfer window, I said it relies on numbers 19, 6, and 25. Number 19 is currently injured. Number 6 is clearly demotivated, and I'm not blaming for him. And I get to Brian's question, but I won't say not interested, but he's not motivated. And why would you be?
Why would you when you know you're leaving at the end of the season?
So it's a wrap. Without, I said numbers 19, 6, and 25. Without those 3, the show's over. 2 of them are not around.
Fit for Tuesday?
Probably not.
No.
Plus, you don't really want to throw him.
What's from around anyway? Like, where is he?
Injured. He's just injured. And it's like Sancho's cold, yes, but I can't really be like that's very unfair to be like you're gonna be the guy that's gonna carry Ronaldo, Rashford, Alanga, and Bruno to success at Anfield and in the top 4. Like that's impossible. It's not only possible for any player. So that's why we won't finish top 4. But again, will we be in the race? It won't surprise. Game 37, we'll still be in with a chance. But it's Tottenham or Arsenal. Probably Tottenham who will finish there, I reckon.
For me, it's like I think if we want to finish top 4, we need to beat Brentford and Leicester. If we don't do it, if we don't beat if we don't beat both of them, I think we're not making top 4. I generally don't believe it.
I know we ain't. So yeah, Lewis, I'm not backing you on Wednesday too. But like against Liverpool, yes, I will come out and openly admit like I'm Chelsea for that hour and a half or 2 hours or however long the game goes on. That I'm fully on board this Chelsea man. You know what? I know, Lewis, before you go, I don't need a shirt. I'm not coming to the game. I don't need no whole end. Why is guy showing his face? You know what I'm saying? Why we don't need any of that? You know what I'm saying? And I don't need any of that rubbish.
You know, if we win the quad, if we do win the quad, that's just horrible for United when you deep it because it overtakes your treble then, let's be real, and we equal your 20 times as well. That's like 2 things that would really, quite damaging for you if we were to do.
Like I said, if I wasn't doing this for work, I would stop watching football a long time ago. But here we are. Flawless, what are your thoughts on Top Reds booing and saying fuck off Pogba? Top Reds are idiots, but we knew this. It just that just backs up what we already knew about them. That they look at that game, I only watched the last half an hour and go, yeah, Pogba's there. Like we boo him. Like why? Because he's leaving. Why would you stay here?
Yeah.
Why would you stay? I don't get it.
Probably most of them probably went to the protest and had the new kid on from this season. Yeah. Like, I've seen so many kids for Ronaldo from this season, the kid, and they're singing places out. I'm like, you're just contradicting yourself right there.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of them probably drunk as well.
Is he out of contract at the end of this season? I was saying this to my dad. Yeah, I was saying this to my dad. I think when we were going to the Benfica game on Wednesday. Obviously, Liverpool need midfielders in it. We've only got Thiago Fabinho, and the rest below that isn't good enough. I like Kate, but he's injury prone and stuff as well. So I was like, we need a couple of midfielders in the summer. So my dad was like, who do you think we can get? And I was like, for my dream would be Pogba in it. But
your dream would be Chelsea's dream, Spurs' dream. Everyone's dreaming the Premier League.
And then my dad was like, but United and Liverpool are never going to do business with each other like that. And I was like, we don't need to. He's out of contract. Free agent in the summer. And I was also like, look, this move ain't going to happen. Pogba to Liverpool's too good to dream. It's too good for me to dream in it. It's like, it's not going to happen. But it's like, why would the United-Liverpool thing come into it? Because let's be honest, he's a free agent and the way your club's treated him, fans as well. Why would he give a shit about going to Liverpool from United? Your club have treated him like shit for 5 years. At the end of the day,
Oh,
your fans
facts.
as well treated him for 5 years. He won't give a shit.
The reason why I
Shouldn't
don't
do
think,
either.
yeah, he won't. The reason why I don't think he'll stay in this country, on top of everything you just said, is the media over here.
The media.
Why would
Yeah.
you stay?
He
Go
needs
elsewhere
to-
where you're gonna
yeah.
go get loved. Go to Real Madrid,
Yeah.
which is a better project, or PSG. Like, let's go do your thing.
Plus, I'm
The
dreaming
top
of that
sponsors-
Fabinho, Thiago, Pogba midfield as well. Oh my
Hey,
days!
you got
The
you got
best
PS4
midfielder
and
in-
you got PS4 and FIFA. You got me knock
the best
yourself out.
midfield
Fam.
in world football by
Come on.
far. If that happened, I don't
Yeah.
think anyone could debate that.
The top scorers won't be happy when Pogba doesn't press minute 1.
Bro,
Oh,
nah, but I'm telling you, we're becoming more about ball retention now. That if Pogba,
Yeah, of course,
Thiago,
but
Fabinho,
yes, they need to be pressing in that like, and if Pogba doesn't do it one time, they're gonna be onto him, and you know.
oh
Pogba
yeah,
is,
we've
so.
got fans in our ground as well. Who
Big up
get
Cams in the
Pogba.
cut as well. Big up to Cams, my G. Love fam.
I see,
Every
like,
time.
bro, we aren't
But
even
like
like
we're
a
better
press.
than United in it, so like we'd be able to get a lot more out of Pogba than what United have done over
Yeah,
the
because
last
he's
few
dominated
years.
ball. All
Yeah,
this
exactly,
pressing
and that
shit.
would
Yeah, on the ball.
benefit Pogba. Pogba would be able to show his strengths at the end of the day.
No.
Big up Eddie as well. Who says dropping a like, flawless. Big up. Do you think United are so bad and such underdogs at the moment that they may ironically get a good result at Anfield? No. We ain't got a prayer. The best we can hope for, my guy, the best we can hope for is a draw. Like, it's got to the point where we was on an NBA stream yesterday, and me, ironically, it was the other Eddie. Shout out to Eddie. And I mentioned how we play Liverpool on Tuesday. He was like, what? He's like, fuck. I was like, yeah. So I'll probably, this is what I'm saying. I'll probably be drinking on that stream, people, because that's bad. If we are not 2-0 down inside 20 minutes, I'm over the moon. Like, if we get like half an hour in and it's still 0-0, like, and we're not absolutely being moved to, that's a major positive, because it could get ugly.
This is the first time I can think of where I'm going into a game against Manchester United and thinking, how many are we actually going to win by?
Yeah.
I don't even mean to sound like cocky or anything, because we should be beating you easily. Forget rivalry, forget the derby, forget all this here. We should be winning this game at Anfield against you, man, comfortably. With probably even a few. Yeah.
I watched United today as well against Norwich, and like yesterday against Norwich. I'm like, or the other day, and I felt like if Ronaldo didn't put the free piece out there, you guys probably would have lost that game. Like, there was nothing going on.
Which game is this?
United Norwich.
Your game.
Yeah.
Other than if Ronaldo wasn't just on the day and scored just a hat trick, you guys were looking awful. Like there was a point Pookie could have scored, I think, and it would have been 3-2 for Norwich before Ronaldo scored.
And really, you look at two of United's goals as well. Obviously, I've just seen the highlights. I didn't see any of the full game, but the first goal was just a mistake from Norwich. Good pressing from Elanga, but just a mistake from Norwich. And the third goal, keeper should be saving that. I saw Saeed on Rancy's stream as well after the game. Oh, great goal, bro.
I didn't want to ruin it for a minute.
Ronaldo,
because I'd seen it. I didn't want to ruin it for a minute. That's what it is. I didn't want to ruin it for him.
Rance obviously said to him, the keeper should have saved it. It was right at him. I bet you when Saeed saw that after,
devastated,
he would have been heartbroken.
Devastated, 100%.
Because he was proper picking up that goal. It weren't a great free kick. Like, it was all right, but like keeper should have saved it.
That's what I mean. Like, if they don't baptize them, I won't be surprised.
Yes, and to this, Ashrafi says Pogba is overrated and living off his Juve time. There are many midfielders who play with average teams. Kante won the title with Drinkwater, Mahrez, and Vardy. I'm not hearing this bullshit about Pogba. It's not bullshit. Kante was a one-off. Kante is a special player. Bear in mind, Mahrez is cold. Vardy is one of the best Premier League strikers. I'm saying, and again, yes, it was a one-off. Like, never in, and Pogba's partly to blame, but never in his entire time at Manchester United have we put him in a team that was capable of winning a league title.
Yeah.
We never put him. What's the best midfield he played with? Herrera and Matic. That is the best midfield.
And he excelled in that midfield.
And he excelled in that midfield. Yeah. But it's not. No player is going to consistently win you top honors in an average team. That's a fact. That's why they move on. You mentioned Kante. That was a one-off. Kante did that and then moved on. And then got better. Right, this is not what we do. We're not about to say that.
Things on Paul Pogba. because you know I always back Paul Pogba because
Mhm.
even though he plays for you, man, he's actually one of my favourite footballers. But I think with him, people are forgetting he's a World Cup winner as well. Let's remember that the guy's a World Cup winner, played a massive part in France winning that World Cup. You know, people always say, "Oh, Kanté carried him" and all that, bro. They both had very good World Cups, but in the World Cup final, only one of them got subbed off early, and he weren't Pogba. So like, yeah, we'll get that's one thing. But also with him,
You already
he's
know,
just
Eddie.
been heavily misused at Manchester.
You already know, Eddie. Sorry to cut you off. You already know, man.
But
I'm
with
getting
him, he's always been heavily misused at Manchester United. Never played in his right position. You know, he's always been used as. You know what, you man have used him like James
so wrong.
Milner.
Facts. Made him a utility, man. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
You man
It's
have used him like James Milner, and it's like I remember when Ollie joined it. Remember interim Ollie when he played Pogba in his actual right position in that kind of advanced state in that midfield three, and he was oozing. Pogba was probably the best player, definitely in the league, if not Europe, in that spell. And then I think when he got the permanent job, Ollie, he put him back into like the double pivot and stuff, and put him back in DM, and I'm like, what you doing? It's like. And that's why he's just been heavily misused. And then you've got some stat padding fraud coming into, the team and playing in the position that Pogba should be playing in. So he's just been massively misused, man. Like I said, he's been your James Milner, man. You're playing him like Milner.
So it is. And to deals you says about Zaha, because he mentioned Zaha. Sancho's been good. He's been one of the bright sparks of our season. Once Ollie left and he got a run, he's been one of the bright sparks. But again, you lot don't be watching Manchester United week in, week out like I do. So you ain't going to know that. He's legit been, in attack, been the only bright spark.
Yeah.
In terms of our front three. Because Ronaldo, everyone knows my thoughts on him. Cavani's not been around. Martial was here for half a season and didn't play in half the season he was. Alanga's always bright. Rashford's been awful. Sancho's been the only bright spark. But again, people agenda's going agenda now.
Jadon Sancho's the only player on Tuesday that I'm remotely worried. He's your only attacker that I'm remotely worried about on Tuesday.
Yeah,
I ain't worried
because
about
he's
Ronaldo.
the one that has that something special.
X factor.
Yeah, like
you even look at the goal he scored away to Man City.
Am I talking about Sancho? Like, Sancho gets into other teams, and Sancho gets into Chelsea's team. What are we talking about, deals?
Oh,
he walks
100%.
into your team. He's your best attacker.
I'll walk into that front line. Like, what the hell?
Chelsea's front line, man.
Like, I can go and pick up some random guy in Kumasi in Ghana, and he starts with Chelsea. Like, come on, that front line is garbage.
Yeah, Chelsea's attack needs some work done on it, man.
My point is, you debate it. Like, Diaz has gone in at the impact. I'm not hearing that Diaz has done well. No one's going to sit here and tell me that Diaz is a better footballer than Sancho. I'm not having.
It's still too early. It's way too early to say that.
My point, and Diaz has played minutes for Liverpool. Like, Sancho's cold. Like, just again, but there's people agendas, people who don't watch Manchester United week in, week out. But here we are, but we'll look at the goals, and like I seen Ronaldo, he said he scored 15 goals in the league, and people's like, he's not the problem in that. Oh, right. Watch United in it. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's people.
Watch United.
These are probably the same people who said that you shouldn't have sacked Ollie in it. So
yeah. The thing is, Eddie, because you say I hear some of the praise for Sancho, but he's been underwhelming. I thought his dribbling would be better. Relies a hell of a lot on linking up. That's if you watch him, you would notice. Watch him at Dortmund. Just watch clips.
Just the clips is all enough.
Havertz is not better than Jadon Sancho.
I can tell you,
Havertz is not better than Sancho.
Havertz is not better than Jadon Sancho.
Like we were like,
they don't even play the same position. They don't play the same position. They don't even play the same position.
What team?
Exactly. This is the thing. It's not even the same position. And secondly, with Sancho, you gotta understand, like, with him, is like, bro, like the way he was playing at Dortmund, there's so many. It's so different to the way the team was set up there, which was a worse team, by the way, to what it is to United, which is a better team. But Sancho can't perform at the team because the way the team is playing, the tactics, the way the team is even set up, the individuals that he's playing with, you can't get the best over Sancho when you have Wan-Bissaka or Adalo, in my opinion, behind him. You can't. You're buying him to be a right winger when his best position is a left winger. So it's like
even at left wing, he's got Luke Shaw and Tellers behind.
This is the thing. Like, he's suffering. You don't have the midfield. You don't have guys he can link up with. Your attackers he can't link up with. It's like it's so many things that go against him. But I also said with players from a different league, I tend to give them time for at least a year to kind of adjust to the pacing of the league. You can kind of tell even at the beginning when Sancho came in, fitness-wise, I didn't think he wasn't even up to it at the beginning. You can see it now, like at this stage of the season, he's up to it now. So it's like I tend to give players from different leagues at least a season minimum to kind of adjust.
I mean, Eddie's saying, hey, he's been underwhelming. That's because your level of expectation was too high. Nobody comes here and thrives. I said this. Go back and watch Man United, and I said Sancho will be getting criticized because people expect him to come in and turn our team around. Nobody thrives here at a high level. Doesn't matter if it's Pogba, doesn't matter if it's Sancho, Varane. Pick a player. Bruno, Cristiano Ronaldo. We could go get whoever you want. Whoever you think the best striker is in the world, they would suffer here. Whoever you think the best midfielder is. Whoever you think. We could get Van Dijk here. Van Dijk would still look good, but wouldn't be of the same level as what he looks at Liverpool.
Yeah.
Because he's playing next to. Look at who the manager is. Look at who he's playing next to. Look at who's in front of him. Look at the goalkeeper behind him. Look at the fullbacks. Look at the system. All these things matter. But people just look at it and think Sancho got no. Nobody thrives here. So that's why I never said he was. I knew Sancho was going to suffer here because nobody thrives here. Nobody. We could go and get Mbappe. Mbappe would suffer here. Swear on my life, but we could go get Benzema. Benzema's not scoring 39 goals in 39 games.
Yeah, he's not.
No, he's not doing it.
Would he score goals? Yes, because he's still Benzema and he still has that. But my point is, but the people would say, yeah, he's underwhelming. The reason why everybody's underwhelming is because we don't give players the best possible platform to succeed. And this is why we haven't won a trophy in 5 years. This is why our best players get criticized.
You know,
whether it's De Gea, whether it's Varane, whether it's Pogba, whether it's Cristiano Ronaldo, whether it's Sancho, whether it's Martial, whether it's Donny van der Beek, whoever you want to go and get. Look at Lingard's a prime example. We criticized him heavily. He went to West Ham and was the best player in the league. Make that make sense. He went to West Ham with a worse manager, according to most, with a worse team, with worse players around him, and did better. You know why? Because systems matter. Systems matter. This is why Lingard went and was the most informed player statistically. This guy was scoring and getting a goal and an assist, but people say, oh, Jesse. No, Jesse Lingard, you can get more out of. Yeah, but yeah, and Eddie, that's a myth as well. Sancho's cold one-on-one because hella comps of him cooking people one-on-one. I don't know if you expect him to be cooking man one-on-one every single time, but yes, he's cold one-on-one. He was like that Dortmund, and he's cold one-on-one here.
You know what? You know when Jez was talking about, when Jez was talking about Sancho, he mentioned the fullbacks. Your man's set of fullbacks is actually horrible. Like Wan-Bissaka, Dalot, Luke Shaw, and Tellez. Like the only decent one out. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The only decent one out of them is Dalot, but it's not good enough to be. I don't think Delot's good enough to be like a long-term starter for Manchester United, in it. I mean, the other three are just bums in it. Like Wan-Bissaka, Shaw, and Tellez. Like they're all shit, man. Like
you know what it is here with Sancho at Dortmund as well. You had elite fullbacks like Hakimi. You had Rafael Guerrero as well as a left back, and both of them are wing backs. They are
Guerrero's
specifically. He's one of them good back players. You know what I mean? Like kind of like Jota, but going forward, he's amazing. And with him, it's like when you have somebody who's overlapping and rotating, like it gives Sancho so many options to kind of operate. You have Haaland as the focal point, who is just a dangerous force as the striker. Manchester United have Cristiano Ronaldo, but he's not really at the levels, if I have to be honest. And also, it's like even. Like I said before, just the simple stuff like being able to link up, the technical ability for Manchester United's midfield, they can't even link up between themselves in midfield.
This is what I'm saying. And
I'll make Fred playing on Tuesday. Do you reckon?
I don't know if they're fit because he didn't play against Norwich. I don't know if they fit. Flawless, I think St. Maximin would have been better. Man could dribble in isolation. You rate him. I do rate St. Maximin. Would I took him at United? No, because Sancho's technically better. Like, go watch that. There's a reason why everyone rates Haaland this, Haaland that. Who set up most of Haaland's goals?
Sancho.
My point.
Assisted 40%.
40%. That's almost half. Because when he got injured, Haaland stopped scoring goals. There's a reason for that. But we gonna diss Sancho of one season and half of that season being under Oli. Like, come on, man. This is just unfair. This is just wild in it that we have in this. Everything that's wrong with United, and we're talking about Jadon Sancho. the one player who's actually very, very good.
You know what the thing is? Well, it's like San Maximin and Sancho, they are different in terms of what type of wingers they are. San Maximin, he's comfortable with being the type of guy who can maybe come to the halfway line, pick up the ball, dribble from like 4 or 5 man and all that.
Okay.
Sancho was never the type of guy because first and foremost, Sancho is not even as fast as a San Maximin. I don't think he has the stamina like a San Maximin. I think San Maximin has the better ball control, but when it comes to just technique in terms of just as a footballing technique, I think Sancho's is overall, and even the IQ as a footballer, I think Sancho's
definitely got better decision making as well.
Yeah, Ashraf, if you think Sancho's the same level of Callum Hudson-Odoi, you need to watch a new sport.
No, then
That's
I
good.
don't rate Hudson-Odoi, man.
Don't compare my guy to a guy who scored 4 goals in 4 years. This is what I'm saying, man. But I say, man, got to go too far in it. Man scored 4 goals in 4 years. Now we're talking about a guy who was linking up with the best, the most hottest number 9 in the game. The guy that Ashraf, if I ask you, you're going to say Haaland. If I ask you to name top strikers now, you're going to name Haaland. Who was setting up Haaland? Whatever, man. I mean, people's agendas is ridiculous. This is wild.
I think people just forgetting because
people try and compare Saka to Sancho as well, you know.
Hey, bro, this is crazy. Like, bro, I haven't seen Saka play 1 minute in the Champions League. Like, my man has less minutes than Harry Winks in the Champions League. People.
Speaking of Arsenal, yeah,
talk about it.
They need to be discussed, you know.
Go on,
I haven't them under Ford watch for a good minute.
Please do. Thank you. Please do.
I thought we'd forgotten about Arsenal. You just reminded me, innit? Because honestly, before international break, we all thought. I thought they were big favourites for top 4. Did I think they had it sewn up? No, but I thought they were favourites. How many did they lost in a row now? 3?
3
in a row. I think they've lost 4 league games in 5 as well because before the international break they lost to us but then beat Villa. So they've lost 4 league games in 5 as well, 3 in a row. They got Chelsea away next, Manchester United then as well. So it could actually get worse for them, to be honest. I mean, these guys, and now all they're doing is blaming injuries to Tierney and Partey. Cool, innit? But you don't lose 3 in a row in the manner you've lost them as well, man. It's just... The thing is, Arsenal could still get top 4, but that's just down to the crap quality around them. Let's be honest. Like,
and this is something I've been saying. This is something I've been saying about them this season. All this hype that I was seeing about Arsenal fans, Arteta is doing this, youngest team in the squad, consistently playing the worst teams. We just can't beat the biggest teams, but when it comes to the smaller teams, we can beat them. 3 signings, and we're going to be in the title chart. We're going to be up to Chelsea. And I'm like, you just look better than the shit behind you. That's what it really is. If Manchester United was to any sort of half as competitive as we were expecting to be, they probably would be in the top 4.
Right, but you know what it is with Arsenal fans? Just bring it on themselves. They literally just bring it on themselves because they overhype their team so much. When they're trying to
say it louder.
When they're trying to get players in combined 11s. When they were trying to get Ramsdale in a combined 11 over Alisson.
This was ridiculous.
These, man? And you've seen Ramsdale last few games, yeah? Like I said, 4 losses in 5 games, yeah? The one game they won in that, he didn't even play. It was Leno because Ramsdale was injured. And Ramsdale, I heard he was kind of maybe a little bit at fault for yesterday's goal. But I thought he was at fault for one of Brighton's goals, to be honest, last week as well. This man ain't been good last few games as well.
Hey,
so, man, they need to stop overhyping their team, man. Because they bring it on themselves. Saka, this generational young baller and all this, man. I saw him miss a sitter yesterday. Pretty much open goal. Like, honestly, man.
But he's the cover of the GQ. He's the GQ British cover, though.
Bro, I heard some of them compare him to Foden, you know. People who compare Saka to Foden need to go jail, honestly. They need to go jail.
These people are
Foden
ridiculous.
Is so clear.
And there's 2 things I got to say to this as well, is because I see people they're trying to compare trash like Ben White to Romero just because they do have more clean sheets. Since when are we rating defenders based on clean sheets? Put Ben White in this Tottenham defense and switch with Romero, and then we talk about clean sheets.
Romero's better than Ben White, 100%.
Miles better. And when you even look at them, Arsenal, I think, are only like 2 goals away to equaling their goals that they conceded from last season. So they didn't but they told us that they improved the defense. Fuck out of here, man. And for me, it's like this I've been knowing about this team. I give them fair play. They've been consistently good for like the whole season, but they're just supposed to be beating the people that they're supposed to beat. It's not a big credit for me. You struggling when it comes to the big teams. You were playing us when we had Nuno at charge, and even then in the second half we were nearly able to make a comeback if we made a couple of our chances. So for me, it's like I said, I always had my question mark about the Arsenal team, and they're showing all the question marks I had. And now I'm seeing Arteta out again. I'm seeing Kroenke out. Where was this all season?
And it's the fact that they could still get top 4. Would it surprise me if they got top 4? No. Do I think they're favourites for it? No. But they could still get it. But they need to stop acting like if if they'd have won yesterday after Tottenham had lost, they'd be doing tweeting Champions League anthems on Twitter and all this like they did last time, innit? And I bet you, if they like beat Chelsea or something on Wednesday, they'll be doing that again. They just need to settle down a bit, man. Arsenal fans, that's all they need to do, man. They just bring it on themselves.
If my dad had a wheel, she would be a taxi.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Where we move.
I won't be surprised if United get top 4 as well.
It doesn't
still be a
surprise
bit
anyone.
surprised.
I don't think it surprised anyone. Out of all those 3 teams, it wouldn't surprise anyone if any of those 3 finish top 4.
For me, I still think Tottenham will probably get it. They would be my favourite still to get it.
I think we only favourites because of the fixture at the end of the day, in my opinion. It's just the fixtures. Because let's say, it depends on also the other games go, because I kind of looked at it as well. Let's say United and Arsenal lose midweek to both Chelsea and Liverpool. The draw against each other in the weekend. We go and beat Brentford and Leicester. That should put us up, I think, about 6 points ahead of them before we go to Liverpool.
And
you won't beat Brentford. I'm hearing.
And to Ashraf and Eddie, let me ask you, man, something in it. So Sancho's been playing in attack with Ronaldo, who you man don't rate, Rashford, who you man don't rate, under Oli, who you don't rate, Bruno, who you man don't rate. Ashraf, I know you don't rate Pogba because you just mentioned it. I'm not sure about that. So how is he supposed to succeed around all these? Give me another team. Give me another team where players excelling. You know what I'm saying? So that means doing better than good in such a shocking outfit.
And he's under an interim manager as well.
Yes, please, let me know in it, because I don't get all of this in it. Because you don't rate any of the players around him. You don't rate the manager that's around him, but he's supposed to be exceptional. Show me another top team. Let me rephrase that. Another top team where that happens, please. Because I'm lost.
By Munich.
Who's the player?
Upamecano.
Who's playing poorly? Yeah, I'm lost. I'm talking attackers from.
Attackers. Oh.
Yeah, Timo just not our context. Timo, this guy just didn't hear. He only heard half of what I said. Please let me know. I'm lost because nobody excels here. But go on, please let me know in it how you excel with Ronaldo, Rashford, Alanga, Bruno. He had Sancho.
Haaland's having a good season. Like he's just been injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been injured a lot. You think he's got 23 and 25 in the league or something this season.
And he's just special. Let's not even do that. He's just a special individual.
Sancho's a great talent. Like Sancho is a great talent. Haaland is generational, you can argue.
Yes.
It's striker position, especially.
This is excluding again. No, I'm talking attacking players. Yeah, Brian. That's why I said attacking. No. Forget all of that, Eddie. No. Forget all of that, man. Answer the question. You being critical of Sancho. So I'm saying, give me another player that's around a whole heap of players you don't rate who excels. That you expect this from. Please, give me another top team where this has happened. Because you don't rate these. Nah. Don't give me he's got the 3 good games and all this, because that's lies anyway. Answer the question, Ashraf. You lot ask me questions, I answer. I ask you questions, you might want to dance around the topic. Please answer. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's talking about Pogba being world class. Please answer the question. He's around all of these players you don't rate. So how is he supposed to excel? Give me another top team where this has happened. Man want to move goalposts for playing for agendas and stuff like that. So that's why I always call it out here, because this is just plain unfair.
I always hate when.
And I'm talking attacking players, people. I'm talking attacking players.
First, we done a TKO. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, man. Now class is in session now, because I was gonna let it go and then man's carried on. So let's get to it then, because now we're exposed if man actually have any substance to what's being said. He's around a whole heap of players who you don't rate under a manager you don't rate, but yet you expect him to be good. That makes no sense. Please explain. That's like Ryan criticizing Salah, but he don't rate Klopp. He don't rate Firmino. He
I
don't
was
rate
gonna get
Mane.
into
He
that.
don't rate
I was
Thiago.
act-
He don't rate Trent.
I
How
was
easy?
actually
How
gonna
are you expecting him to be successful?
I was actually gonna make an example of this because
No. Forget that. He's got Ronaldo to supply and renew. Ashraf, do you rate Ronaldo? Do you rate Bruno? Do you rate Pogba? You don't rate any of these players. Or if I stand corrected, maybe I do. You let me know who you rate out of Manchester United's attack. Please.
but I was gonna make this
No,
example.
Eddie. Answer, no. Answer, no. It's not. He should have not known to go to United then, because I said it was a critical. The move was correct, but it was a move on. I know this is for the future. Sancho is 21 years old, so that was the correct move to make that step up because he can be successful here, because he's getting the right pieces in and around him. He's the star of it. So let's get to it, because again, you man still haven't answered the question. Give me a team where there's an attacking player in it, and all the attacking players around him you don't rate, but you expect that attacker to perform at a high level. That doesn't make sense. So please explain. Unless you man rate Bruno and Pogba and Ronaldo and Alanga and Rashford and the manager, because we'll use Oli as an example. No. Forget Bruno and Ronaldo are goal scorers. Ashraf, do you rate Bruno and Ronaldo? It's a simple question. Do you rate these men? Forget, are they goal scorers? Are they good? And that's a lie that he barely supplies the guys like CR7. And because since Ralph came in, we're second in the charts for most chances created. So what are we talking about? That's a fact. We're behind Liverpool. So what are we talking about? Now we're just saying anything. Since Ralph has come in. Ironically, when Sancho started playing. But you know, is what it is. Yeah, pyramid scheme. I hear that. Would I have advised him not to? Maybe. But then who do you wait on? Maybe a Chelsea? Maybe.
If I wasn't advised, I would have told him go Liverpool or Chelsea.
Yeah, maybe. I know. And this is Saints Liverpool, and he'd love to get on me. Man, just be saying anything on these things. But this is why I call it out, because Ryan's a little bro, and I do the same to him. And I love him to death, so I do the same to you, man. We're not just going to run agendas. Like, if it's an agenda, cool, say it is. Villarreal are going to beat Liverpool. Cool, why? Because I want them to. All right, that's calm. Don't try and hit me with no logic, because there's no logic behind it. Because everything's in their favor. How are chances created? So now chances created are a false image. So how are chances created a false image? Big chances. Forget all that. Answer the question, Ashraf. Who do you rate out of Manchester United's attack? Who do you think is good? Who would you keep? Who would you build a team around? So you've got Ronaldo, any of the attacking players we have. So you got Ronaldo, you got Bruno, you got Alanga, Rashford, throw Tellers and Shaw, because they're a part of the attack as well, because they're fullbacks. Yeah, Bruno, Dalot, all of these, man. Please answer who you rate out of our team. This is what I want to know. Because then we can gauge why, if you don't rate them players, then how do you expect Sancho to come here and be successful? That makes no sense. And if you do rate those players, then your expectations is way off, because nobody else rates those players. We have, there's a Liverpool fan, a Chelsea fan, and a Spurs fan all on here. I can guarantee without asking them, they're not taking any of our players. They're not taking Ronaldo, they're not taking Bruno, they're not taking Rashford, they're not taking Alanga. Facts or no? Are you man taking any of those players?
The only player I take is Sancho, and I'm running.
I think Sancho and Pogba.
Yeah, Pogba too. Yeah.
Ironically, the two players that man don't rate. Okay, so you don't personally rate Ronaldo and Bruno, so we'll stop there. So you don't rate Bruno, you don't rate Ronaldo. So how was Sancho supposed to come here and be successful? Sancho create, because we've seen Sancho create before when he had Haaland next to him, because Haaland's quality. You don't rate Ronaldo and Bruno. So what are we talking about? So how, again, was he supposed to come here and be successful when he's playing with players you man don't rate? That doesn't make any sense. Please, someone stop me when I'm lying. Button when I'm. Do you want to button and stop me when I'm lying in it? Class is in session.
I mean, you know what it is that I always hate it when people put all the blame on a certain player for not performing when they haven't been given the correct platform to succeed. It was a bit like when Thiago last season, obviously his first season with us, he comes back from injury, being out for 3 months, whatever it was, obviously into a new league. But then he comes into a broken team that was playing midfielders like Fabinho at centre-back. And you're coming into a team that's in such bad form, you know, struggling, you know, and basically coming into such a makeshift midfield with Wijnaldum, who wasn't great, you know, with him as well. And you expected Thiago to, like, absolutely boss it at that time. At the end of the day, he wasn't given the correct platform to succeed at that particular time. And then when we started actually putting Fabinho in midfield with him, you saw a much better Thiago. And this season, our team's got better, and you've seen a much better Thiago go up another level. At the end of the day, players need to be given the correct platform to succeed. And I always use the Pogba KDB thing. I think Pogba's a better player than KDB, but KDB has been given an absolutely perfect platform to succeed at Manchester City, in playing in his best position in that kind of inverted right midfielder role, with ballers around him under the best manager in the world. He's been given the correct platform to succeed. If KDB was at Manchester United and was given the platform Pogba has had, we wouldn't be seeing anywhere near the same player that we see at Manchester City. So at the end of the day, you need to give players the correct platform to succeed. It's that simple.
Yeah. I'm mad to this as well. Flawless. It's like I don't rate Haaland as a baller, but he's a good. Do you rate Haaland? Forget goal scorer, but are you a good footballer? Would you take Haaland in your team? That's all I want to know in it, because you might have dancing around the question. Do you rate Haaland? It's a simple yes or no. Watch this. Ryan, do you rate Haaland?
Yeah, I rate him.
Okay, it's that simple. That's all I want to know.
I'm not a fan of him, but I rate him.
That's all I want to know. Do you rate Haaland, Ashraf? That's the only question. That's all I'm asking. And same, do you rate Bruno? Do you rate Ronaldo? Do you rate Rashford, Alanga? All of our attacking players outside of Sancho. So all our strikers, wingers that have played this season, attacking midfielders, and we'll even throw in fullbacks in there.
Wait. Ashraf is saying, Ryan, allow this Thiago talk. Use Rooney with your Gherkin press. Well, if that's the case, then we haven't given him the correct platform to succeed, because that don't suit him.
You know what it is here? It's like with Sancho, for example, a player like him. It's like you buy him as a player. You see him at Dortmund, you buy him, but then you want to. It's like you want to put him in like a Jose Mourinho team, playing low block. It doesn't make sense. You don't buy a Sancho to play in a low block. Like you just wait. This is where you just waste all his talent. You want to get him, be involved in attacks. You want to go forward. You want to be attacking, because this is where you see the best out of him.
I say you don't rate Haaland, probably the best young striker, but man don't rate Haaland.
The best young striker for me.
He's the best young striker, clearly, without question.
It's clear. Like I'm not here on the flowers stuff. Like he's good,
but whatever in it. You know what I'm saying?
You might not be a fan of Haaland, but you have to rate him at the end of the day. Like I'm not really a fan of him, but you've got to rate him. I rate him. He's a effective player.
The way he's been, the scoring rate that he is scoring in the Bundesliga, everybody can say whatever they want to say about the Bundesliga is this and that. Lewandowski's doing that. People give him praise for doing it, and Haaland just doing it in a much worse team.
It's crazy. Man don't rate Ronaldo. Man don't rate Bruno, but expected Sancho to land and be great. It makes no sense to me. You don't rate any of the players in and around. You don't rate the team. You don't rate the manager, but you expected him to come and land and be playing 10 out of 10 each week. It don't exist. It don't happen. That makes no sense whatsoever. Literally. That makes no sense whatsoever. It makes no sense whatsoever to do that, but then say, oh, he's been underwhelming. What were we expecting? I know what I was going to get from Sancho. Because when we played Villarreal, we all seen who they was double teaming, and it wasn't Ronaldo or Bruno. We know who the danger man is. Ryan said it. I know who's we can. The player, Atletico was, Atletico.
The only United attacker I'm remotely worried about on Tuesday is Jadon Sancho.
Sure, because he's the only one that you look at and go, he's got something. But whatever in it. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, people, this is also not favoritism. This is just based off what I know from these players, all of them. Like, I respect Ronaldo. Like, he scored a 3-piece on my team, but like, it doesn't change the fact that I don't really have as much as respect for this Ronaldo than a Sancho right now. Like, if I knew Sancho could play to his best abilities in the best system, like, he would be one of the most dangerous players in this league right now. Like, he is that good. Like, I believe in this guy. Like, even if he was underdeveloped this season, if you tell me I can swap him for one of my wingers in my team, I would do it.
Because you know what you get, but now all of a sudden, oh, he's trash and can't dribble. This is just incorrect. You know what I'm saying? This is just incorrect. Like, Sancho's a baller in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is incorrect. If you've watched him for Manchester United, if you watched him before he got to Dortmund, while he was at Dortmund, you can see. Bear in mind, he's only 21, 22, so he still has room to improve as well. Yeah. And if you look at that United team and go, and target him. That's just an agenda. You know what I'm saying? Straight
he
when we
should
have
be one.
Bruno doing what Bruno has been doing, what Ronaldo's been doing. Yeah,
should
but
be
man,
one
when
of
they
the
talking
last
about
people.
him just underachieving and that, like, yo, Sancho's just got here. Bear in mind, he's only played half a season. But he didn't start under Oli, like week in, week out is what I'm saying. But whatever in it. You know what I'm saying?
So, like, he's one of the last
That's
people you
it,
should look at. It's just one of the last people you should be looking at. Yes,
He's
there are
last
other
on the
guys who,
list.
like you. I look just overall in the team in general. I look at Maguire. I look at Wan-Bissaka. I look at Rashford. I look at McDominay. I look at Fred. I look at all these guys who were there for time now. And obviously some of them that I just mentioned, they performed to a decent level since Ralph came in. Like for example, like a Fred, for example. But like, it's crazy to me just to look at Sancho for me, like, and say he's one of the main reasons why United didn't do well this season. Like,
Crazy.
it's crazy to me.
Well, again, you need scapegoats. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
innit?
like, it's
We need
just
scapegoats. You know what I'm saying?
I hate them when we do this thing about
We scapegoats.
scapegoating.
But again, you got Ashraf who don't rate the team, but we expected Sancho to land and put in out 10 performances. That made no sense. That just logically doesn't make sense.
Mhm.
But here we go. I knew what was going to happen with Sancho. As soon as Ollie had him, because I've seen this happen before, and then when he started getting game time, I'm like, all right, we'll start seeing more out of him. And now it's petered out, but he's literally last on the list of Manchester United issues. He's legit last player I have any problems with in terms of talent and age. He's our best attacking player, clearly. Now Pogba's gone. So yes, he's our best attacking player by far. It's not even a
I do
debate.
wonder where Pogba's going to go, you know.
I reckon Real Madrid.
Maybe PSG. I still
one of
think
those
PSG would be a great move for him, you know.
Either.
I think PSG. I don't know.
Either.
Like
Paris.
Real Madrid would definitely look at him, but I think Real Madrid trying to go a little bit younger. You know what I mean?
You know what it is? PSG as well. They need more in midfield. They need midfield Pogba more than what Real Madrid do.
Yeah, this is also true. Like you see the Chouameni, obviously they denied Chouameni links, but I do think there's something about it. Like it makes sense. Like why they would
Back
look
to
at somebody.
Paris as well.
Hmm?
I think Pogba to PSG is the perfect move. I have to be real. I mean, I think
Do
Pogba to
you reckon
Liverpool
you
would be
could?
good. But...
Do you reckon you could see him go to Italy? Because I do think he could.
Nah, I don't think he would. I think he'd go. I think it's either France or Spain for him, to be honest.
I
think
I
it's
just
France
wouldn't
or
put it out of possibility, but yeah, like
I wouldn't
think
rule
it's
it
just-
out. I wouldn't rule it out, but I'd be surprised if he went back to Italy.
And Eddie, this is incorrect. He does dribble. Here's the thing is, Eddie, you're saying one thing, and then you've got Ashraf calling him a nutmeg merchant. So you're saying he can't dribble, but then the guy you're agreeing with is saying he's a nutmeg merchant. So it's either one or the other. You can't be unable to dribble but be a nutmeg merchant. Or if you're a nutmeg merchant, then it doesn't work. Again, this is what I'm saying. The argument don't make sense. I don't know what to tell you if you think that Sancho can't dribble. That's just incorrect. I can only tell you you're wrong. Just go watch comps. Just go watch comps. You know what I'm saying? And Ashraf, if you think Sancho's a meaty baller, that's your opinion that I disagree with.
Who does
I'm
Ashraf
saying.
support?
United, supposedly.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Sancho's a meaty player.
It's wild. But here we are in it. You know what I'm saying? This is the same guy who don't rate Haaland. So, you know, we move. Here's what it is, isn't it? But I don't know, innit? I don't even know who he rates.
Your Flores,
He said when I was a goal scorer.
are you doing the watch along for the basketball?
Nah, I'm not. I won't be doing Suns Pelicans. No,
Okay.
I won't be. I'm gonna end the stream and then I was literally the Bucks just beat the Bulls. The Bulls put up a fight though. Bulls put up a fight.
No, I respect it.
And again, yes, Brian. This is what I'm saying. Man be saying two different things, and it was two different people. You know what I'm saying? Ashraf is saying he's a nutmeg merchant. Eddie's saying he can't dribble. So one of those things is false, but these two are agreeing on each other on Sancho. They can't even get the criticism right of the player. And he can dribble because that's why he's been last season. I don't know about this season. Last season, he was top of the nutmeg list. So this whole Sancho can't dribble is crazy. It's crazy. It's mad. But anyways, yeah, people won't say anything like Rashford can't. I mean, Sancho can't dribble. I've heard it all. That's when you know, man, are going to say that. Yeah, it didn't seem Star Sailor. The Bucks didn't play well. From where I was glancing up, it didn't seem they played well, but they got the win. They got the win. I highly rate Haaland as striker. I don't rate him as a baller because it doesn't make any difference.
Exactly. Like,
You don't have to, it doesn't really make a difference. Nobody here has said that he's a top quality baller. I'm saying he's a good footballer. I would take him in my team tomorrow. He's the best young number 9 in Europe.
like every team would pray to have Haaland. Like Real Madrid literally got Benzema as their striker right now, who's probably the most unformed player right now. And you see them getting to Haaland.
Outside of Benzema, and if he came to the Premier League, he's up there with Kane as in the best 9s in the league.
Yeah.
Yes, automatically, yeah.
It's him and Kane. Him and Kane.
Okay, Keane.
It's him and Kane. Hey, this is what I'm talking about. You're talking top 5. He's probably top 5 in Europe right now.
He is. Probably.
I know the pool's not. I know the pool's not the extra. I know the pool's not the strongest, but still, and when I say the pool, I'm talking about the pool of strikers, people. But he's still top 5 right now. What side does Haaland not get into? Maybe apart from Real Madrid.
Other teams
Munich.
The striker and Tottenham. Like he wouldn't start for us, but it's because we got Harry Kane. If Harry Kane wouldn't be with us, then Haaland automatically comes to us and starts.
Yeah, like he start. Yeah, like literally and Spurs. But we move.
Oh, big up C1 in that.
Yeah, large up C1 and that. You lot get your final few questions in. I've not missed no members' questions. I know that much. Because I would have started my team with the green. Any final few questions in before we close out the show? Because it is going on too. And I'm tired, people. But it is peak. Hit the like button on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. And tomorrow morning, the upcoming live stream schedule on here on the YouTube and on the Twitch will be updated. So all the content on the YouTube, so the Manchester United watch-alongs, Man United, Sarcasm Sports Q&As, Ballers at the Bridge will all be updated on the schedule. And in the Twitch, you got NBA playoff watch-alongs, Premier League watch-alongs. What else we got? Probably Champions League watch-alongs in the mix. So much content, people. Yeah, hit the like button.
Probably do Anfield analysis meets Man United this week.
Probably. Even if we do the recap or something.
Even if we do a review of it, yeah.
And right, you got something to tell me. You getting married, fam? All right, man. Big up to you, fam. You, fam. The fake me is saying that you getting married, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? The fake me is saying that you getting married, fam.
Who's the happy one?
I'll bring yeah, man. Who's the lucky woman, fam?
Bro. Yeah, don't worry about it, innit? Don't worry about it, man.
Jeez.
No, you can get front row seats when I do, man. Cool.
Yeah, I'd big appreciate it. And big up saying I'll be on his channel tomorrow, people. 10 p.m. I'll be over there. You know what I'm saying? And saying you ain't slick. All the time Saint could have invited me. Now he wants to invite me. Liverpool on front point. You're not chasing nothing in it. Saint, you know what? The universe sees you, Saint. You ain't slick. I'm saying that. You ain't slick.
That's what they say.
Yeah. You ain't slick. I'm saying, guarantee United get a result. You don't invite me back for another 2 years. I see you. But yeah, Saint, go subscribe to his channel right now, people.
Right.
And catch me over there. Go subscribe. You can catch Ryan over there on occasions as well. So make sure you do that.
No,
it's on the place, Ashraf. Go on.
C1, yeah. When C1 came into the comments, I really want to beat Chelsea in the final just so I can go in and C1. Do you know how much? You know, there's always that. Sometimes there's that guy, yeah, who for I don't even know why, but he just loves trolling. That's C1 for me, innit? I don't know what it is, but I just love trolling C1, innit? I get pleasure out of it.
It's annoying. He's annoying me, even though his team is that one day he's Nigerian, next thing he's from Spain. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Oh yeah, I got that shot. I got that of him saying he supports Spain, and I was like, why do you support Spain?
Do you remember that time Nigeria got knocked out? And we did a stream a couple of days later. The guy comes on and starts singing the national anthem. This guy's so shameless, man.
And yeah, nothing but love Saint. You already know. You know what I'm saying? Flawless United need to do the job. Which job, Taha? We can't be relied on to do anything. We can't, you know what I'm saying?
You need to do the job on the weekend against Arsenal. That's what I need.
And again, this is a myth. St. Max has been balling out in a shit team. He hasn't been balling out. That's a lie.
He's
not been balling out.
See, this is again like I think people you using the wrong wording here. Balling out is for me. It's like balling out is like you're probably top 5, top 3 winger in the league in his situation.
Yes.
This is balling out.
He's not been balling out. There's a reason Newcastle hadn't. All right, so he's been balling out, but Newcastle hadn't won a game from August to December. Make that make sense. Newcastle went 20 matches without winning. Went 20 games without winning. So how's he been balling out? I swear these men
Even
went
if
6
you
months
ask,
without winning a game. Wait. I need to
No,
get
they
that
weren't.
stat correct. I wish Peter was here. Was it? It
Alright,
was 6 months. It was like 20 matches. These men didn't win a game from August to December. It might have even been longer. It might have been Eddie House thing. These men. So how has he been balling out?
bro,
Please.
you know what it is with him, yeah.
Whatever,
You can even ask Newcastle fans, like, you've even asked Kendall as well. Like,
Yeah.
I had Kendall on a stream here who watches Newcastle a lot more, obviously, than what we do. Who said in around December, January time that St. Maximin probably should have been dropped at that time. No lie, she said that.
This is what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
people just be saying anything because they see him highlight real quick. And I rate St.
Compilations,
Maximin.
man, all this
But
stuff.
compilations, he'll look fire, and he's a good player. And I think I better team. But let's not say he's been balling out. Because if he been balling out, how come they went 20 matches without winning a game?
Like balling out, you taking over games. You win.
You taking over games, 100%. Yeah, he's 20, so we get that. It's just a debate. Like, it is what it is, Black Diamond. That's why it's never personal. But if man are gonna jump on the chat and say stuff like, all right, I'm gonna respond because I was gonna let it go. And the man kept talking, so I'm like, all right, let's have this debate. You know what I'm saying? And that's the debate. Big up Daniel and that. You know what I'm saying? Big up Daniel. I respect it, yo. You know what I'm saying? Respect it. No, but we're speaking individually, and he's individually had a better season than Sancho. No, he hasn't in that. Oh, is it Jan? Ah, right, okay. Now it makes sense. It's Jan. It makes sense. It makes sense. I get it. Shout out to Jan, Ryan, getting married, yo. I'm happy for you, man. Big up to Jan as well.
Dickhead,
you know what I'm saying? And that. Why my dickhead? Clearly, she's here saying this in it. So big up, you know what I'm saying? And that. I can't wait for the roses and violets to get my Ryan, to get me my Ryan in it. Like, all right, okay. Do your thing, Ryan. Yeah. Like, congrats. Send me the date. Everyone send their love. But everyone make sure you go to Twitter right now and at Ryan and Jan and say happy marriage to the day and all that stuff. Make sure you do that. I'm saying, Jan, genuinely happy for you. Why you pick Ryan? I don't know, little bro. Genuinely happy for you.
You know, when people actually do that on Twitter, man, she's just gonna have a go at me, you know.
Yeah, yo, it is what it is.
What
yo,
did
get
you
used
do
to married
now?
life. Get used that's married life. That's marriage.
Exactly. That's a you problem. That's not ours.
That's a you problem.
She'll be like, what have you done now?
That's a you problem. Like just
oh wow. Oh, even say, man, Nick,
get used to it. See, look, man.
He's
happy marriage, man. Happy marriage, man. Shout out to Ryan. Everyone, yo, big up Ryan and go to Twitter and make sure you at Ryan, yeah. Make sure wait, people. Man. Make sure you at Ryan and at Jan and say happy marriage in it. Like, I'm glad. Make sure you lot do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm saying in that. Make sure you do. Hey, Ashraf, you and Black Diamond keep it clean in that. You know what I'm saying? There's no need to go personal. You might keep it clean, man. Black both of you, man. I ain't singling out either one of you. I'm just saying you might keep it clean. Like the same way I have when we're going back and forth. There's no personals in that. But yeah, see, look, saying, yo, can I be a ring back? Everyone, go to Twitter right now at Ryan. It's at Ryan_K1 at Yan City at It's Yan City. And say, I just seen you was in the comments and you what's it called in it? And happy marriage and all that. I'm glad.
Great.
You know what I'm saying? What's the date? You know what I'm saying?
I hate you.
Shout out Prime will be there catching the bouquet. He's already done it. Big up Prime and that. You know what I'm saying? You love to see
Big up Prime, man.
Glad you're Prime. And yo, again, congrats, man. I'm happy for you, fam.
Yo, I ain't
big up to
Prime
you
for a while, man. It's actually upsetting me.
Yeah, there you go. Prime, he's missing you too and that. You know what I'm saying? When you invite him to the wedding, yeah, you man can catch
Oh, you're a prick.
You know what I'm saying?
That was unnecessary.
Yeah. So it is what it is. Big up to everyone. Happy Easter. We need God's help on Tuesday and hope. Ashraf, who do you even support? I don't even know what team you support.
Yeah,
Are you
who do you support?
Are you a Chelsea fan? Who? I have no idea.
I don't know, man.
I don't know what's
Chelsea
going on.
I think he's Chelsea from that comment, you know.
I don't know. If he's Chelsea, I understand why he's slaying attackers. I'd be upset too. I think all attackers too. And yeah, Daniel, yes. Oh, he's Chelsea. Yeah. Makes sense.
That does make sense.
Makes sense. I'd be mad at the world too.
Yeah.
They haven't seen a good attacker since
Champions of Europe, yeah. Thought they were going to be in the title challenge. Oh my days.
See, man. You know what? I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah, Daniel, I feel for it too. You know what I'm saying? And that. Right.
Nah, I think
that's a young problem. She decided to go with it.
Yeah, that's a
Yo, she'd be lucky, man. In all seriousness.
All right, that was funny.
Whatever you gotta tell yourself, fam. Nah, I'm laughing at what you said, fam. Innit? Like that's a her problem. You know
Was
what I'm
that
saying?
was that actually that funny, man? I don't.
Yeah, it was, fam. It was the delivery. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? That's a her problem. You got that dry delivery that hits, fam. That just slaps. That's what it is.
Yo, who
Like,
else has got one like that?
everybody that's on this goddamn channel.
Lewis has kind of got it.
Lewis has got it. Cams has got it. Peter's
Cam's
got
has
it.
got it.
Surfer has it. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm a little bit more upfront with my jokes and that. But these men were just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're the same like me. Like, you're run your jokes, but you know the joke's landing, but it's still funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, do your thing. You know
I can't wait for the next Shameless, though, you know.
Yeah, but you
haven't done Shameless for a while.
Hey, talk to Lewis. It's not me. Talk to Lewis and your fiance, innit?
Shut up, man.
That's your fiance. This guy getting embarrassed. Look at
I
him
just
smiling
enjoy
at
the
the front.
Shameless vibes.
Look at this,
innit?
innit? Look at this
The
guy.
Shameless
You enjoy
vibes.
your fiance, fam. Look at this guy.
The Shameless vibes are fun, man. I miss him.
Yeah. See, look, even Timo in the chat. Let's go. Well, yo, large up to all the members of the channel as well. Of course, if you want to join the membership, link is underneath in the description. Of course, as part of the membership, not only do some of your comments take priority, you do get shout outs. Showing certain shows. Big up to Saint. Yo, Saint, I'm hilarious. So shout out to Eleanor, big up Daniel, Time to Shine, 44, Timo, Junior Swag King, Juan Danzo, Joey the Don KJB, Brian, Dan Levitt, S Featley, Easy 92, J Socials, my Don Surfer, of course. Here's Sam, give it to Mikey, Smooth Maker, Nippin, Eddie, Slens, Sasha, Nelly, Scott Page, Neville B, and actually Ryan as well, who is a member of the channel also. You know what I'm saying?
For over a year now.
Yeah, and freshly married. Wait until you're saying freshly married for over a year, fam. And Ryan comes on there miserable. You know what I'm saying? Yo, facts, man. Let him talk to his fiance, saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was gonna wake up tomorrow and like text me having a go at me or something like that. Like,
yo, get used to marriage, fam. You know what I'm saying? Get used to marriage. That's marriage for you.
Hey, can't be sending good morning messages to anyone anymore. Like even if it's some man, next man, like one of the man them, like thinking like fan of the girls and that.
Yeah, facts. And again, even and in the words of Jez, like you just said there, she's gonna text me in the morning giving me stick. That's a you problem, fam. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Hold that. Hold that.
Can't blame anyone other than you.
Hold that.
I hate you, Wallace.
Hey,
I think that's a you problem, though.
Yeah. That sounds. Yeah, that's a you problem. You know what I'm saying? That is definitely a you problem. Flawless. Before we kick this off, this fraud Ryan said Cater over Mount. Yeah, and do you think I care?
Cater
I don't
over
rate
Mount.
either of them. I don't rate either of them highly.
That's a mid. That's a mid of.
Yeah, I'm not arguing about that. That's like Matip Christensen. I don't care. The same shit. It's the same shit. Why are we arguing over this? Average to average. Who cares?
Hey, one of them's on for a quadruple this season. Respect.
Hey, that's between one of them's on. Hey, that's between you and Lewis.
And one of them's
I don't care.
bench at the moment and is moving club in the summer. So like, it's levels to this, innit?
That's
One of
between
them's
you.
scared of signing contract extensions, man. So yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah, Black Diamond, don't worry, man. We all get trolled in that. Nah, Ashraf believes that bullshit. I'm telling you. I'm saying. You just didn't expect to get
You know
caught.
what? I love it, yeah. I love it when Black Diamond has a go at other people that's not me. You know when he's having to go at someone else and it's not me? I actually love it.
Yeah.
It's just because it's funny then.
Yeah, it's great when it's not you, fam. It's great when it's not you from the outside looking in. It's fantastic when it's not
my
you.
guy in all seriousness.
Yeah, of course, man. OG Black Diamond, of course. You lot, final few questions in before we close out.
I need to go now, innit? I mean,
yeah, we won't close out in the next 5 minutes. All right, Ryan, I'll catch up with you
big up
at some point soon during the week.
Point, yeah. Big up, guys. Yeah, big up everyone.
Big up Saint and that. You know what it is, Saint? It's because Ryan loves Matip and Lewis loves Christensen, innit? So it's like, yo, I just use that as an example because they argue about it on Shameless. I'm like, I don't care. It's like Mount Cater. I don't care. It'd be like Shimmercast and Ben Chilwell. I don't care. I legit. I'm not fussed. Like it's mad.
It's like comparing like a stone from the beach with the stone from the ocean. Like it's a stone.
It's a stone.
It doesn't matter.
It's a stone, yo. Oh my god, that's accurate, yo. It's a stone. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Shimmercast and Tellers, yeah, I'm not fussed saying. I would argue that down. Shimmercast and I won't be like, oh, one's better than the other. Like I'm not in it, and that's how I feel about Mount and Cater. If someone thinks Mount's better than Cater, cool. If someone feels Cater's better than Mount, cool. Someone felt Ben Chilwell was better than Shimmercast, cool. If someone said Shimmercast is better than Ben Chilwell, I'd be like, all right, cool. Like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Ashraf, we got content out of it. That's why I sat down and get involved. Class has to be in session occasionally. But yo, you lot, make sure you hit the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, deals Joel and Shaw. I'm like, whatever it be like. Cody and Tyrone Mings. You know what I'm saying? What's drawing me out? Nothing, fam. I only do this for content purposes. So I'm like, all right, let's have the debate. That's what we're here for. It's to run bands and run jokes. But in terms of that, like, if it wasn't on here, I just let it go. You know how much bullshit I see on my Twitter on a daily basis? That is just nonsense. And that's why you never see me on Twitter in any form of football debates. Nah. We're going to do that. We'll do it on platforms like this that are long form. Like Spaces, that's why I think Spaces can be good, because you can have a long form debate. Even Spaces I don't get on this. That Diamond says Shimmercast is better than Tellers. Yeah. But I'm saying my point is Black Diamond. If somebody was arguing that, I'd be like, cool. And Saints right, make sure go on, Jess.
Yeah, no, it's like you guys just go on and argue that. Like, I'm not wasting my time on that.
Yeah. Like if we're gonna debate, all right, let's debate Benzema versus Lewandowski. Or James versus Trent. Let's do that. Or Van Dijk versus Thiago Silva or something like that. Let's debate something proper. I'm saying let's debate Sancho versus a Foden. Let's debate something that's genuinely worth it. Oh yeah. It is on Twitter. I get exactly what you're saying, Taha. I know a lot of people are just trying to gain traction and stuff like that. I'm saying I ain't finding no one in that. Like it'd have to be saying wild. Even now, I'd be like, yeah.
I mean, I've seen some United fans been angry at Ten Hag for losing the final today.
Yes, see, just stupidity like that. So because how does him losing that final, which he's won before, by the way, he's won that cup, affect his Manchester? So if he had won the Dutch FA Cup, that makes him a much better candidate for the Manchester United job. Like, what do people expect? Like, I don't get it. What he does here is what will matter. And even the Sancho Havertz is a debate. It's not because they don't play the same position. Havertz plays as a false nine. Sancho's a wide player. Sancho to Callum Hudson-Odoi is a much more fair comparison in terms of positions they play. We know who's better though. Like you wouldn't compare Lukaku to Sancho because they play different positions. But yo, it is what it is. We're gonna close out anyway. Yo, Jez, anything you wanna? Oh, you mean that talent? I don't have talent debates because that's even more subjective. I don't necessarily think that the most talented players make the best footballers. Because I think not a lot of players, but some players will just work really hard and that will carry them over the top. Like in terms of that. Like if you're naturally quick, there'll probably be a place for you somewhere in the footballing world.
Yeah,
if you're just electric, like despite anything else. Whereas if you're not blessed with that pace, you might have to be a little bit smart. Or if you're just physically like a Adama Traore, he's just a beast. He's gonna play somewhere. Someone's gonna go, yeah, we could use you. How the heck is compare? Yeah, I wouldn't compare a false nine to a winger. Yeah, that's just me. I wouldn't do that. But that's just me. And I don't do the talent thing because that talent is way too subjective. Because what's talent without output?
I'll be saying this about Ndombele.
Yeah, like Ndombele, I feel he's a prime. I think Ndombele is crazy talented. I think his talent is off that ridiculously talented. He can dribble, drop the shoulder. Some of the skills I've seen him pull up, like he shouldn't have. He moves with the ball like he's like a 5'6" winger at times. Ridiculous.
It's just now he's back at Lyon and he can't even impress anymore at Lyon. And it comes down to etiquette. It's about dedication, effort, and trying to become the best player and the best version of yourself by working hard in training, in the gym, everywhere, and even by what you eat and everything. Like you can have all the talent that you want, but if you don't apply if you don't put application to it, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
But yeah, we won't close out the show, people. I'm gonna watch
Yeah.
this Suns Pelicans game still while doing the schedule. But love to everyone that's locked in. Jez, anything you want to add before we leave the stream?
Fuck Arsenal.
I respect it. Love to everyone who has locked in. Check out the upcoming live stream schedule, which will be updated by tomorrow, both here on the YouTube and the Twitch, people. So make sure you check that out. And this has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up.